Bigger names to fight for a provincial championship. And to set up today's title game, we check in with Mike Beauregard and John Meade.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. Wow. It's the matchup that most of the province has wanted to see for a long time. They're the most decorated curlers in the history of this province. And given, John, that we're in an Olympic qualifying year, it isn't surprising to see them in the final. They're at the top of their games.
Exactly, Mike. I expected these two teams to be here at the end of the week. We've got that. I think if you asked them both at the beginning of the week, could we play each other in the final, they would love that. Well, you know what, boys? Be careful what you wish for, because you got it. Your plates are real full now. And I'm not sure they're overly happy about who they face today. I know we're happy because we get to watch this great game.
Jeff Stoughton has had the easier route to the final. He's undefeated, 6 wins, no losses. He's played 2 fewer games than Kerry Burtnyk.
Yeah, and I think that that's an advantage. Jeff does come into this game with an advantage. They get to choose their rocks. They get the advantage of last rock going into this game. And they have played 2 less games in the last day and a half and been able to focus on this final since last night. I do think that's an advantage for them. Right out of the blocks, it's not a huge advantage, but we've seen how small advantages make the difference.
How about Kerry's rink?
Well, Kerry Burtnyk's rink, I think, has finally found their form. Yesterday, sloppy from what I saw. At times real good, but at times some uncharacteristic misses. But this morning we saw precise play, really good play. They come into this with lots of momentum. If they can get control from Jeff early, I like their chances.
Our team introductions are brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts, a proud supporter of Manitoba curling. It's Manitoba's version of...
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome.
And it's coming up shortly. Let's rejoin Jim Toth.
All right, thanks, guys. It is a titanic battle between 2 Manitoba curling legends. It's the 2009 Safeway Championship Final. It's only on Shaw TV, and it's next.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes are celebrating 10 great years downtown. For more information, visit our website at goldeyes.com or contact us at 982-BASE.
Hey, Will. Let me call you, Captain.
Save your friend from drinking and driving, and you just might save a life.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Welcome back to Selkirk. Mike Beauregard, John Meade, and Jim Toth at the Safeway Championship. Our first end is brought to you by Manitoba Pork, proud supporter of Manitoba curling. Jeff Stoughton and Kerry Burtnyk just about set to go. Oddly enough, this is their first meeting, John, in 10 years in the final.
It is quite amazing. I think this is only the second time that they've met in the final, considering that between the two of them, they have 11 championships in this event and have both been to other finals at other times. For them to only have played each other twice in this final is almost strange. But last, as you said, 10 years ago, they played, and on that occasion, Jeff came out on top, and won't have any impact on what's going to happen out there today. It's a different cast of characters, and it's all about winning today. So just nice for us to be able to sit back and watch this game unfold.
Well, you were Jeff's third back in 1999 in Portage La Prairie, and I know on our earlier telecast you thought if you had to give the edge to one of these two teams, it would probably be to Jeff.
Yeah, and it's simply because he gets to start the game well rested with last rock, and in a tie game with last rock, that team has some control. Now we're potentially 2.5 hours away from finding out how big an advantage that is, so lots of things can happen, but it is control for Jeff right now. And what's going to be interesting to see is how these two teams approach it. And Kerry really has to force the issue at some point to get control of this game. He's got to force Jeff to one and then get his deuce back and get control that way. For Jeff, he's going to pick his spots to go get 2, and I think we see some aggressive play from Jeff Stoughton right off the hop, feeling comfortable that his team's playing well, throwing up a corner, knowing that Kerry's got a pretty good rock there in the forefoot. So, you know, the gloves are off early. These guys are going to go at it, and critical for both teams not to make a mistake early that turns into multiple points for the other team.
Garth Smith is Burtnyk's lead. Kerry's played 2 more games than Jeff in this championship. The Stoughton rink has cruised. 6 wins, no losses. Burtnyk 7 wins, 1 loss, defeating Reed Crothers this morning in 8 ends in the semifinal.
And I think the most important games are the last 2 games that we've seen for these teams, and that Kerry's team played really well this morning. Especially Don Walchuk at third made some great setup shots for Kerry, and they finished it off nicely. And last night, Jeff in a tough game found a way to get the job done and made some really nice shots when he needed to. So both of these teams are playing well when it matters, and we're going to see a nice start to the game here. Steve can make a good freeze here.
The second from Steve Gould.
Working hard to get by.
Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop.
That rock just over curling a little bit with draw weight and coming out on the other side.
Push it through.
Good opportunity for Richard Daniel here to make a nice late weight tap and lie 2 in the forefoot behind their own center guard. And big shot here for Rich to get off to a good start.
Yeah. Hard. Hard. Gotta go. Real hard. Whoa, whoa.
Rich coming up a little bit light. He's going to hit a good chunk of the guard, and Rich getting caught there in what happens in practices before the game is guys tend to throw in 2 spots. They throw right up the center line a little bit, and then they throw way out to the wings to draw to the button, and you get some paths that do not get worn in, and that path that Richard threw just off the center line,
It's nice.
often in the first end of the game is really fresh, and you have to be careful. Don Walchuk talked about it this morning in his first shot of the game. He had to make sure he threw enough weight, and I think what Richard just got caught on is he got caught on a real fresh spot and underthrew it, and it overcurled and hit that guard. Now here's an opportunity early for Team Stoughton to lie 2. I think this is the key matchup of this game, is its second. Rob Fowler was outstanding last night. Setting up shots, bailing shots, and both of those seconds are going to have to do that. They're going to have opportunities to set things up in this game, and they're also going to be called upon to make those runbacks to get their team out of trouble. I think the second that does that job the best is, whether it's Rob or Rich, makes life easier on their back end, and these back ends are not going to miss very much. So the ones that get to play the more aggressive shots, the easier shots as a result of the second man winning that battle, that's the team that I think comes out on top today, or at least has control coming home in this game. And
second stone from Daniel.
Rich looking for that hit and roll behind, just running a little bit straight. So an opportunity here for Rob, after making perfect hit and roll on his first one, to do it again and lie first shot buried behind 2 corner guards.
Rob made a gorgeous triple last night.
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, that's nothing new. He does that kind of thing all the time. Just a lightweight tap, looking for the roll behind the corner. Real close. Looks good.
Doesn't hurt to roll behind the yellow.
It's well behind.
Perfect start by Rob, rolling behind the yellow guard. Kerry does not want to give up 2 right off the hop here to Jeff and have to chase. We saw how difficult that was this morning for Reed.
It's either run back on the yellow or draw.
John, another interesting sidebar to this match is that both teams have added thirds from Alberta to sort of bolster their rosters for their Olympic qualifying run.
Yeah, they came a long way this year to play each other again. And they've played each other millions of times in events like this. Not in this province before, but 2 good ones. And we would have seen earlier in the week with some of the other teams, a lot of teams would just be very happy to hit the open one and give it their 2. And this is just a huge sign of respect that Kerry's playing to play the run back, recognizing that giving up 2 points early,
Good throw.
it's just going to make it that much more difficult for him to come back. He's going to have to work hard to get the game back even. He's going to start running out of ends.
Not foul.
The problem is sometimes you work so hard to avoid giving up 2 that what you do is you give up 3, and that's the situation there. Don making a really nice run back. Getting a little unfortunate that he just jams it, leaves in there. Now Jeff, a nice opportunity for Kevin Park to draw in line 3. And we saw early those 2 shots by Rob Fowler have made life a lot easier on Kevin Park and Jeff Stoughton right now. Richard very close to making his shots, but leaving Rob the opportunity, and Rob making no mistake.
Nice, good.
The first stone from Kevin Martin, John. He won a Briar with, or for Kevin Park rather, he won a Briar with Kevin Martin back in '91.
Yeah, chance here, he wants to get a little bit buried, create some separation.
Come on,
We'll leave some sort of double around. Pretty good shot. It's a little bit tucked. There is an opportunity for Don Walchuk to make a play on that and make those 2 yellows go away.
If you get that one, it probably might miss that one. It's close. Okay.
Just wondering if the triple takeout's there.
Yeah, here?
No, just regular.
Okay.
We're going to see these kinds of shots end after end after end until somebody slips up and it gives up a control point. And opportunity here for Don to make a double, maybe even a triple if he hits it perfectly.
Whoa, whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa!
Looks good.
Oh. Kills 2, almost gets 3.
Yeah, he potentially could have hit it a little bit thinner and got all 3, but they had to make sure of making that first double. And real good throw by Don, makes good solid contact, comes over, and the first 2 yellows go out. This one just goes just across the top. Basically the triple wasn't really there. He was as close as he could, but a real good shot. And but still an opportunity for Kevin Park here to get another one buried. He just threw this shot. Expect Kevin to be very close here, throwing the same shot 2 times in a row to try and get lead shot stone buried.
Line's good. Wait only. Line's good. Whoa, again. Line's good. Whoa, line's good. Yep. Wait only.
Kind of draw where they don't need to be too cute going around the guard. They don't have to be too tight because they know it's going to curl at the end.
Quicker. Hard, guys, hard. Harder. Come on, lean on it. Harder.
It's a pretty good shot by Kevin Park.
Here? Think so? Oh, I don't know. Just trying to make him.
We gotta.
You want to try the double? Or what do you think?
Right, well, I'm just thinking we can roll over there.
Okay.
Play here.
So even though Kevin Park didn't get dead buried behind that guard,
If we got a shot at the double, go for it.
it's a good half buried. It's not one that Kerry can do much aggressive with. So he's going to play hit and roll in. The nice part for Kerry is
Not quite as slick in that spot, I don't think, eh?
talking about that effect where some paths have been warmed up and will be sliding a little bit better, a little bit faster than others. But for Kerry, if he makes a perfect roll, great. But even if he hits it a little bit thin, it brings the double into play. So some options here, some margin for error, and a chance to get his team out of it with either a double or a good hit and roll.
Yep, yeah, hard, hard.
Going to skip stones in the first end. The first from Kerry Burtnyk facing 2.
Thank you.
Kerry just missing that double, sort of got caught in between on the double versus the hit and roll, and they went for the double early, just missing. But Kevin's rock did stop in a pretty good spot, making that double attempt very, very thin, and Kerry certainly didn't want to miss everything. So Same shot for Jeff Stoughton here. Buried top of the 8-foot. Kerry make a decision on how aggressive he gets to avoid giving up that second point. Good opportunity here for Jeff Stoughton.
Line's good.
Close, guys.
Doesn't want to be heavy here
Line's good.
and be behind the tee line and give Kerry that opportunity to freeze and get out of the end.
Come on, guys, go.
Come on, boys.
Hard, guys. Go, 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 go.
Come on, Leo.
Go, go, go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Every inch.
And that's perfect.
It's either not that or
he could even get that, eh? It's a good angle for the double.
if we don't nut it.
I like
you
it.
want to throw.
I like it.
So Kerry really only has two options. Certainly he could draw around, and if it was the ninth end or late in the game, he might consider that if he was down, but he doesn't want to give up three, and he could walk over and hit the open one and give up two. But again, that's that show of respect for Jeff and his team, that getting down 2 points is a big gap at this level, and so he's elected to play the run back. The other thing is he knows the ice they're playing well. He expects to be very close to make this run back. There's a couple things he can do. He makes the run back and sticks it. He's shot behind the guard. He can also make it so that it rolls across onto the other yellow and make a run back double. And the key here is he has to get rid of one yellow.
Last stone for Kerry Burtnyk.
So close.
And he'll leave Stoughton line shot with an opportunity for a deuce in the first end.
Kerry just caught a little bit between the straight back run stick to be shot buried and the run back double, and 3 times we saw that rock roll just over the top of that yellow biter.
Yeah, scared it.
But another solid end by Rob Fowler dictated the way this end worked out, and Kevin Park and Jeff Stoughton got to throw 4 straightforward draws. Kevin Park, or Don Walchuk and Kerry Burtnyk run backs, double takeouts. They need to put some pressure on Jeff Stoughton and Kevin Park for this to get this turned around. For Jeff Stoughton, can't make the mistake of not getting his second point. They worked real hard to get this. They need to take advantage of it and get their 2 points and have the perfect start for them this afternoon in this championship final.
Clean it.
Looks good.
Last rock of the first, Stoughton with an open draw for 2.
Well, it doesn't matter how far it's in, but boy, that was almost a huge mistake. Jeff must have just caught in a slightly faster spot there. But it's 2 points. They don't put pictures on the scoreboard.
So Jeff Stoughton got what he wanted, a deuce in the first end, and he leads Kerry Burtnyk after 1. 2-0. Our Jim Toth talked to both skips prior to the game. He asked Jeff Stoughton if being undefeated heading into the final was an advantage.
Down to the final?
I don't think so. I mean, they're on a bit of a roll now as well, so I don't think the rest helps or hurts in any way, and them playing more games doesn't help or hurt them in any way.
This is a final all the fans wanted. Is it one you wanted?
Oh, sure, why not? I mean, we're looking forward to a great game, and hopefully we can pull it off.
Our second end is brought to you by Granny's Poultry, Manitoba's poultry company. Nerves there, John, or?
I don't think so. Maybe a little cavalier by the sweepers. Just got caught, though, I think, more in a spot sliding more than they thought. They were playing a draw on the first shots where they were coming across center line, probably hitting a path that hadn't been used quite as much, and the path that they threw that draw to the button been lots of
Lots, guys.
rocks down that path in practice, and they're just a little bit quicker than what they were anticipating, and could have been a
Coming down. Gotta go a little.
critical mistake, but they got away with it.
Just a bite before, guys. It's good.
Got the 2 points that they had it really set up from early on in that end.
Shot.
Oh boy, sweet.
So Kerry Burtnyk made some good shots that end to not give up more than 2. They have to remember how well they've been playing, and this is certainly far from critical, and lots of time left to get back in this game.
Easy, Richie. Whoa.
They get their guards in play, and it's only one good hit and roll or one good draw away from getting their deuce right back. And key here is to get the guard in play to start the end, and Garth's done that well. Maybe a couple feet tighter than they wanted. That's a tough one to work with, but every rock is can turn into a guard on such great ice conditions like this. And Jeff's going to continue to force the action and throw up guards, and Kerry knows he's going to get his chances. And
Line's good.
They're heavy.
they're such a good team with so much experience. They're not too worked up about giving up a deuce in the first end. They're going to get their chances.
Hard, guys. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hard, 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 hard. Shot.
Steve Gould puts up a center guard.
Good shots by Steve, and we'll see Kerry try and use those rocks now to his advantage, make a nice freeze, and he'll have a rock in the rings that Jeff won't be able to get rid of right away. And both teams playing well out of the gates, and that bodes well for us who have the opportunity to enjoy this game.
6. A little bit of room.
Gotta go.
Line's good. Line's good.
For
A
Garth,
little bit of room. Whoa.
just a corner freeze, doesn't want to bounce off. Garth's played real well this weekend, and
Nice shot.
well done.
Well, John, the ice has been conducive to scoring all week, which brings us to our Reading the Ice segment.
Yeah, Greg and the crew, congratulations to them on doing such a great job. We've seen tremendous amount of curl, 5-6 feet to the middle, same kind of curl going around a corner guard to the wings, and it's been the same from start to finish through this event. They've been able to maintain that curl. Sometimes you do see it straighten out. We've got maximum curl in this game today. We've got some huge curl coming in this outturn, coming home with these draws that they're playing. So you can get around any rock from any direction, and it continues to be really quick. We saw Jeff Stoughton almost slip through the rings on a free draw for 2. So it's the kind of ice that is just conducive to good play, and just a great job by Greg and his team putting it together for us this week.
Reading the Ice has been brought to you by Geldwin Windows and Doors, a proud supporter of the Roaring Game. Into second stones.
Yeah, Rob Fowler, after Garth Smith makes the freeze, comes down with a nice tap and just moves the angles around a little bit so that the red one is no longer
Real hard.
on the corner of the yellow one, and Jeff will be able to get rid of it if Richie doesn't make the freeze attempt here. Richie coming up light again. It'll be interesting to see if they talk about that rock at all. That's twice that Richard's rock has really come up light and over curled, and
Here.
they do get to pick their rocks in this game, but sometimes what you think you're going to get and what you do get are not always the same thing. And it's not impossible that he's picked up a rock that's curling a little bit more than he anticipated. And Rob started this game off with really good shots, and he's got an opportunity to make a nice freeze here. They talked about hitting the yellow one onto the red, but they like the situation they've got, and if they can make a nice freeze in here, they've got the 4-foot area really cluttered up.
Oh, just let it die.
Does not want to be heavy and leave a bounce off and leave a double.
Okay, Rob.
Real close, just a couple feet too heavy. If that stops in the top of the 12-foot,
Take the double roll behind the corner.
Yeah.
it's a difficult situation for Kerry, and just a small miscue. Now Kerry's got a chance to make the double, roll behind the corner,
Just firm bumper.
and get a couple rocks in good position. Richard needs a good throw here. Key here is he wants to save his shooter.
Yeah. whoa. Okay, that's good.
Good throw by Rich. It curled up and didn't make the double, but
Bumper? Yeah. Okay.
but he did save his shooter, and it is a rock that Jeff has to deal with, and it's really
Bumper weight. Bumper.
both teams really trying to put pressure on their opposing player. For Kevin Park,
Just bumper.
just wants to get to the nose of this with light hit weight, bumper weight. Can't hit the guard and can't hit it high and jam it onto his own 1 in the 4 foot. So it's a precise shot, and at this point it's really who's going to blink, who's going to make that mistake, followed up by a really good one to create that extra points. That's what's going to dictate this game, the outcome. Working hard to get it by. Great brushing there by the front end. Little roll in. Great shot.
Could probably do that and maybe spin this one into here.
Hack.
What's that?
Kind of weight.
I gotta go bumper.
Okay. Bumper's good.
Okay.
Kevin Park rolled in just enough there that the double isn't really possible. So they're going to play a little hit and roll, jam that yellow one on the 1 in the 4 foot, maintain their shooter and hope that they'll have an opportunity later to get at that rock and maybe score 2. The key here, make sure you save your shooter.
Finish.
It's got some curling to do coming into the rings. It's close. Real nice shot.
Walchuk was very impressive this morning, wasn't he, John?
Yeah, I think he missed 1 shot this morning, and other than that, he was outstanding. And again, the double wasn't there. That wasn't what he was trying to do. It was about getting rid of one of those yellow rocks and making that roll, which he executed perfectly. And now Jeff is looking at 2 rocks in the rings. Doesn't want to.
Might just touch it.
Where's my shooter going, though?
The shooter's going to go out. The 3 rock will sit here, buried.
Is like that?
Just nice weight.
Is like this?
Might stick the shooter, but
guard. Well, you guard this run back. I can only see 3/4. Okay. So what are we throwing for weight?
just nice.
So that little hit and roll is just complicated things for Jeff, and with 2 rocks in the rings, if he makes a mistake, he gives up an opportunity for 3, never mind 2. So a good chance though here for Kevin Park if he can play the short raise takeout on the yellow onto the red, roll his shooter away. Jeff will have 2 rocks behind staggered guards, and tough for Kerry to get at them in front of the rings. Needs to roll the shooter away so that he doesn't leave Kerry a double off of it.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Did spin out a little bit more than maybe he would have thought, but no doubles again for Kerry.
Nice shot.
Like this?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about just, well, I'm going to roll out. Just enough to move them out, like.
Enough to push it through, I guess.
Yeah.
A little more ice?
Through. No.
So it's basically just the same shot for Don Walchuk. If he can make that little hit and flop again and get one of those yellows. Now Jeff's looking at 2 reds buried. They're not shot rock.
Yeah.
But they're coming into play.
Get ready.
And a massive advantage to be playing the same shot again.
For sure. You expect him to be close. Needs to curl a bit.
Take the rock.
Does it nicely.
Retains the
Good
shooter.
shot. He needs a little bit more of it. He can probably lie two buried. And
Bumperish. Okay.
good job by Burtnyk's team this end of showing some patience and making good shots and starting to create an opportunity to score their two and get this game back level. Jeff can see the rock that Don just threw, the shooter that just rolled there. For Jeff, an opportunity to hit and roll right to the button. If he can ever get that, he's got two buried behind staggered guards, and Kerry's going to have a hard time scoring. But it's a slightly different path. You have to be careful with the weight. They're not exactly sure how it's going to run. Very easy for Jeff to overthrow this, roll out, and all of a sudden, if Kerry can get to that one on the top of the 8-foot, he's going to lie two. And so again, it's just pressure back and forth, and good opportunity, but he needs to make a good shot.
Clean, 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 stay with it, no.
First stone for Jeff Stoughton. He leads 2-1.
No,
2-0 rather, playing the second end.
Would love to make this roll right to the button.
Whoa, no roll.
That's fine.
That's a good shot by Jeff.
What's that? I think I got to draw here.
It's a good shot by Jeff. Keeping that second one in the rings has really eliminated that red rock out in the rings, and for Kerry to try and create his 2 points, he's going to have to try and draw behind those staggered rocks, those staggered guards, and put one on the button. And it is an opportunity for Kerry to get two. The problem is he's playing in a very tight area. And even if he makes his first one good, it might be tough to get in there and get his second one.
Faster.
But it is an opportunity, and be interested to see, watching this outturn draw quite a few times in practice. It was really curling and constantly, guys were constantly crossing the center line. So they need to be able to keep this one out there. There's a greater opportunity for this to over curl and actually touch the one in the yellow and touch the yellow in the rings at the top of the 8-foot and come back out into the open. And
hard line.
they just want to be the top of the 4-foot,
Bite the button.
fully buried.
Line's good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Kerry's first stone, facing two.
Does not want to slip behind the T-line and give Kerry an opportunity to freeze to it. And Jeff an opportunity to freeze to it. And it's a nice shot, but a big opportunity here for Jeff. If Jeff can follow that down and basically throw the same shot, he'll be shot on the button behind the pile of rocks, and Kerry's going to have a hard time getting at it. Big shot here for Jeff Stoughton to capitalize on an opportunity. And
Same as like the other one, eh? Right at the end. Lock it on.
Line's good. Wait only. Whoa!
does not want to be heavy here and leave Kerry a straightforward draw for two.
Whoa!
Getting better.
Whoa!
No, no.
Let it finish.
No, no.
Let it go if you can.
No, guys, no.
It's got a little bit of curling to do. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's not completely frozen to it, but it's buried enough that Kerry really can't do much with it on the outturn side.
I think I got to play that. Bumper weight.
Okay.
Just try and move it off the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, bumper weight.
It's like a quarter of a rock.
Yeah.
Hey? Quarter of a rock.
So Jeff's...
Sure, you just get by, eh?
I got to get to the inside. I don't think...
Quarter of a rock.
So this curl, Jeff's curled just enough that it's buried. Not much Kerry can do on that outturn
Well, you
side
gotta
to
be full and not
pull it
narrow,
down.
that's for sure.
I don't know. Maybe I can.
They're wondering if this will finish enough to be able to play the tap for 2, and their first inclination is to play the bumper weight hit and hit a quarter of that red one away on the wings onto the button and get 2, but boy, that's a scary shot because you ever hit a little bit too thick and take your own out and give up a steal of 3.
This is the problem right here.
Boy, that's scary.
Yeah, I think I can. Let's play that.
You want to play that?
Yeah.
With this kind of weight, though.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
But
I know.
You think it's going to hook enough?
Yeah.
So for Kerry, recognizing the danger of that in-turn hit, and having played this on the first one, they think it's going to curl enough that he can get the same. If he can get the same path and throw 3 more feet than his first one, 3 feet more of weight, he can get right to the nose and tap Jeff's shot and get his 2 points, or at least score. But he cannot see very much of that. He's going to have to be extremely tight to not only the yellow guard, but also the yellow rock on the top of the 8-foot to make this shot. He thinks it's there. Can't be heavy and hit the outside and roll off, because again, that steal of 3 comes into play, but I don't think you'll see Kerry make that mistake.
Last rock in the second end. Burtnyk facing 1 under cover.
He's real close, real close.
And he wrecks on the guard.
That was a real tough shot, and I think if anything, Kerry would like to have his first one back and just see that rock stop a foot shorter. And good shot by Jeff Stoughton, and again, just tough shots for Burtnyk's squad at this point of the game.
So a steal of 1 in the second for Jeff Stoughton. He leads Kerry Burtnyk early by a score of 3-0. Our Jim Toth talked to Kerry Burtnyk prior to this game, and he asked him to size up the match against Jeff Stoughton.
We've definitely got a lot of games in the last couple of days, so we should be in good game shape, and I think we are. And we've got a real tough challenge ahead of us playing Jeff's team this afternoon, but looking forward to it.
Obviously, the fans want this final. How do you feel about it?
Oh, it's going to be great. I mean, Jeff's team's a great team, one of the best in the world, so it's a real challenge, but that's what sports is all about, is trying to beat the best.
Thank you, sir.
Our third end is brought to you by Canad Inns, your destination centers. Jeff Stoughton has jumped out to a 3-0 lead on Kerry Burtnyk in the championship game in Manitoba men's curling, the Safeway Championship. The winner going on to the Brier and hoping to secure a coveted spot in the Olympic trials. And that's about all that's eluded these 2 rinks. Really.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair statement. They're both world champions, multiple Canadian champions. They probably would have a hard time thinking of an event that they've entered that they haven't won, other than the Olympic trials, and both of them are working really hard to get there. And whichever team comes out of this today takes a big step forward in that the points that they get from going to a Brier and potentially winning a Brier helps them on that road to get directly in to be that 4th team directly into the Olympic trials and bypassing the pre-trials event. And they're very aware of everything that's on the line in this game.
Yeah.
Well, they've already qualified for the pre-Olympic trials in November. Stoughton was close. Last time he lost in the final to Brad Gushu of the last Olympic trials, and you were a member of that team, John. I hate to.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. I don't believe there was an Olympic trials that year. Yeah, no, and Jeff was outstanding that year, and a whisker here and there, and it might have been a different result. And I know that those guys would love nothing more than to get another chance to do it all over again. And I don't think that you give Jeff too many kicks at the cat that he's going to come out not winning it the second time. So they're working really hard for that, and they've been able to open a bit of an advantage here in this game, but they're playing such a good team that this could turn around as quickly as it got to be a 3-0 game. Kerry gets his 2 back quickly, either forces Jeff to 1 or finds a way to steal in the 4th end, and we're right back where we started. And that's really Kerry's task now, is to find a way to get this match leveled by the 5th end break.
More than 7.
Just a 7.
Doesn't want to make the big mistake of forcing the issue too much and letting this game get it out of hand.
Hard. Hard.
He knows that Jeff is going to play a little bit more cautiously to not make a mistake to give up a 3. So it makes it a little bit easier under this circumstance for Jeff to get, or for Kerry to get his 2 points back. So they need to execute, but they're going to need some mistakes out of this front end of they're going to need some mistakes, and they're also going to need to make some really nice shots when they have opportunities. And Garth Smith making 2 nice ones to start this end, and Rob Fowler doing a good job there of getting rid of the red one, but because Garth was in a pretty good spot, he did force Rob to pick out the yellow one as well. And now Kerry's got an opportunity to go around this corner guard, and every opportunity now for Kerry to get his 2 points and really get back in the game, and needs a good shot here out of Rich. We'll see what happens with this rock. This rock has overcurled badly on Rich the first 2 times he's thrown it. Assuming that he's still throwing the same rock, it's possible that they've changed it up by now. But a good opportunity here for Rich, who's struggled a little bit out of the gates and needs to make a good shot for his team here.
It's good.
Okay, it's good. It's good.
Lots.
Get in here. No. Good rock. Okay.
Now that rock is almost completely curled open, and if that's the same rock, I think Rich's rock is just
This bumper.
really curling. So an opportunity for Rob to hit this rock. And
What do you got? Thick half? Okay, peel's good.
Jeff would like to have hit and stuck there in line 2 and bring the potential of forcing Kerry to 1 into the play, but they don't want to make any silly mistakes, and so they're just going to rip this rock right out. You don't expect Rob Fowler to miss just hitting half of a rock. No, he's done it well.
Fowler with the peel. Well, you kind of wonder whether we're going to see these 2 skips competing head-to-head in a provincial championship in the future, because the only reason why Kerry's still curling is for a shot at the Olympics, and once the dust settles on that, you wonder if he'll continue on. I mean, he's been curling almost 30 years at this level. You know, he won a Brier in 81.
Yeah, and Kerry still plays at a level that there's no reason physically that he can't continue to do this for another 4-year period towards the next Olympics. He continues to play really, really well. It's just
waiting for it to curl.
Does he want to? And
Okay, good rock. Good sweeper.
the commitment to the game, the hours away from family and work and other things that he gives up. So there's a few guys in that boat at that top level, and you could see some real changes in the next after the next Olympic trials.
Only see about that much, huh?
Let's go nice weight then.
Well, bumper or hack.
Yeah, bumper's good.
Okay.
Nice shot there by Rich Daniel in that, what I think is a real critical matchup. And he's got it buried, and we see how tough it is to defend on this ice against a good team. And Kevin faced with a real tough shot now, can't afford to miss everything. And tendency here is certainly to play it safe and hit the guard, because he cannot see very much of that rock in the top of the 12 foot behind that guard.
Hard, guys.
Hard.
Hard.
Still hard.
Hard.
Working hard to get it by. Nice shot by Kevin. Boy, he's playing well. It's a beauty. And rolled far enough that if it stops a little bit earlier, it creates a bit of a pocket. And now the force situation is there. And you know, this is such good control of weight. He really could see very little of that rock that he was going after. And you know, the difference between these top teams is they play to make that shot, whereas we saw a lot of more willingness to be safe and hit that guard in some of the other games. And that's the difference. That's what separates these guys, is the expectation levels are just a little bit higher. It's not a huge gap, but that last gap is the hardest step to take to get to this level. And Kevin Park really playing well and really changes the complexion of this end. If he hits that guard, it's a very straightforward opportunity for 2 for Kerry, and now they're going to have to make shots to to not be forced to one, but a little hit and roll here.
Good throw.
Real nice throw by Don. They just overdid the sweeping just a little bit. But a good, not a bad situation. Jeff has to chase it. There's going to be rocks that are side by side, potentially.
Nice weight, Kev.
Creating a pocket for Don to freeze into on his next one, or potentially just go around the corner guard again.
Pin
So
roll.
Jeff would like to make the hit and roll into his yellow one and create some separation, not leave that easy pocket for Don to freeze to. And
here's the second from Kevin Park.
Whoa.
Hard, guys. Go. Hard. Come on, go.
Roll that shooter.
That's good.
it's a good shot, but even though Don didn't make his first one perfect, he rolled to a spot that Jeff couldn't do a lot good with. So saving his shooter was key, and he did that. And now he's got an opportunity to once again manufacture that 2 points, and with a good freeze here into that pocket.
Straight freeze.
And this, as much as anything too, is a setup shot for Kerry's first one. Is as long as they're having to chase, if the freeze isn't perfect, but if Jeff has to hit it and roll off and spill those yellows out, Kerry will be able to go around the corner guard on this first one and have an opportunity to create 2 points. So key here is to be right down to those yellows.
Come on. Come on.
You need to get it there.
Come on, guys. Line's good. Come on. Whoa.
And done very nicely.
Couple inches.
Brushers did a really good job of getting it there, and it actually slid a couple inches farther than they were anticipating. They thought he was a little bit light, and it's not perfectly frozen, and it's not a overly difficult shot for Jeff to get rid of now. Half a rock, a little bit less he gets rid of, but chances are all the yellows are going out. And now Kerry, on his next one, on his first shot, gets to go around the corner guard and create a chance for 2 points. And that was what was important with Don, is he had to be close enough to create that opportunity on Kerry's first one. Tough for Jeff to not get rid of all of the yellows when he gets rid of this shot.
We're into skip stones in the third. Big weight from Stoughton.
Whoa. Right on.
And he spills one.
Little surprise.
Got shot, eh? Put it here, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeff just a little bit tight, and
Don't you think?
Yeah.
But
go about here.
Well, it's basically the same line as I had, basically.
I'd rather have a hair more, just
Yep.
if you think your rock could have been straighter.
Well, I wouldn't go by that, but
the one thing that Jeff did do by nosing that rock,
They want to freeze to theirs. Is it shade up here? Freeze.
so for Jeff Stoughton, nosing that rock has left Kerry Burtnyk shot rock, chance to freeze. But it's taken the corner guard away because Kerry can't really go around that, because Jeff would have an opportunity to hit to lie two and take away that second point opportunity for Kerry. So Kerry going to play the freeze and try and lie two and not leave a double. He needs to be lying two after the shot and no doubles. That's the
Line's good. Line's good.
that's the key for this shot.
Hard weight. Hard line. Hard.
You need to get it all the way to that yellow rock and on the inside. And
Hurry hard. Go right to it. Hard. Whoa.
I guess nose is the best, eh?
Yeah, I don't think that gives him the nose double for 2.
This rock just over curling. Really good weight by Kerry, and just over curled a little bit, and they seem to be struggling just a little bit with the path on a couple stones. And Don Walchuk mentioned that his rock might have been a little bit straighter.
Yeah, nose we're going to be here, eh? So that's a pretty easy whack. Yeah. Right? Because the top of our rock's going to be here. Let's try a little bit to here. Yeah. Nice weight.
So it over curls, leaves Jeff a chance to hit and lie 2. A little surprised that they haven't at least talked about just nosing the rock that Kerry just threw, and it looks to me like that yellow rock or that red rock would spin out. Probably worried that it just jams onto the yellow one, and you'd hate to do something, you know, leave Kerry an easy one for 2. So hit and stick here.
Yeah.
Make Kerry make a decision. Do I play that thin double for 2, knowing that he just can't afford to give up another point here to Jeff Stoughton? So a big opportunity here for Jeff to make a nice hit and stick and potentially force Kerry to take a single point and get real control over this game for Jeff.
Last stone for Stoughton. Burtnyk has the hammer. And he makes the nose hit. Rolls a bit to lie 2.
Good shot. Double's still there.
When it comes to worse, I roll in. Are you thinking different?
No, we play the double, eh? Sharon, do you want?
You know, maybe easy weight's not bad. I don't think I can really go across the top, can I?
What are you thinking? Just this.
Yeah. Just trying to think of weight. Let's play bumper.
So the double's there. There wasn't much Jeff could do to avoid that if he was going to stick around. And for Kerry now, he's thinking a couple of things. He wants to get his 2 points. He make this double, but if he feels that if he throws it really hard,
little ass.
If he hit it a little bit too thick, he might roll across the top of that yellow one and give up his steal. And he's playing weight now that if he hits a little bit thick, it just rolls into the button area for 1. But it's still going to be hard enough that if he hits it perfect, he's going to get the double and get his 2 points. And it's really, at this point, somewhat about what weight you feel most comfortable with to make the shot as the skip. And he's chosen to throw it quieter rather than harder. And he recognizes that the big thing is he cannot give up a steal here.
Stay close! Whoa!
This rock's got some curling to do.
Last rock in the third. Facing 2.
That's good. Really nice shot.
Gets them both.
Nice shots there. Big shot by Kerry Burtnyk.
Here's another look, John.
Yeah, they had to wait a long time, but Kerry didn't overthrow this. If he overthrows that rock with the path that he had, he misses everything, gives up a steal of 2, but he controlled his weight perfectly, hit it where he needed to, and got 2 points, and gets his team back into the game a bit.
Kerry Burtnyk is back in it. He gets a deuce in the third to cut Jeff Stoughton's lead to 3-2. We're back in a moment. You're watching Shaw TV's coverage of the 2009 Safeway Championship from Selkirk, Manitoba.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway Eating Right. Uniting flavor and nutrition. Over 130 options to choose from, found exclusively at Safeway. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes are celebrating 10 great years downtown. For more information, visit our website at goldeyes.com or contact us at 982-BASE.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
The fourth end is brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts, a proud supporter of Manitoba curling. We're in Selkirk, Manitoba, for the Safeway Championship final. Two juggernauts in Manitoba curling. Kerry Burtnyk, Jeff Stoughton in a tight one through 3 ends of play. We'd like to welcome our viewers across the country and around the world watching this on Shaw TV, online, and on satellite as well. Hope you're enjoying our telecast.
Yeah, hard. Whoa.
Garth Smith.
Whoa. Whoa, it's running. Wow.
Well, John,
Garth wanting
8
to save his
teams.
shooter here. Sorry.
8 teams, I was going to say, will face off
Hey, Garth, you're
for the
well.
Olympic berth in December. Do you anticipate that these 2 teams will be among them?
I think there's a very good opportunity. They're as good as anybody in the game right now, and whether it's directly in or through the pre-trials, I think you would anticipate these 2 teams being there in that final 8-team event, and
Line's good, guys. Move if you can.
it's not easy,
Hard, guys.
but it's hard to think of 8 better teams than these guys.
Hard, guys. Gotta go. Gotta go. Keep going. Keep going. Shot.
Jim Toth is off coffee break. He's standing by now with a special guest, a guy who had a pretty good run in this championship.
Yeah, Mike, I had about 18 coffees, so I'm off that coffee break, and Brendan Taylor joins me now. Made it to the final 8. How was the whole experience at this year's championship?
Really good experience. They put on a great event here in Selkirk, and yeah, just chalk it up to experience, and we make a few more shots out here. We could be out there right today, but that's the way the game rolls.
Speaking of making shots, you're one of the new up-and-coming young skips that are making several shots and making some noise in this province. What would your view be to beat either one of these teams in the final?
Well, just got to make shots in this game. You can't give any of these guys like Kerry or Jeff a break. You got to keep on throwing really good, and as soon as you make a mistake, they capitalize and jump all over you. So it's just about making good shots and yeah, throwing well.
The curling territory out in Brandon's about to change as you're moving out there in a couple of days. What's the future hold for you and your curling?
I got to sit down and talk with the boys and see where our future lies. But yeah, like I said, I'm going out to Brandon and making a little bit of a career change and going back to school. So I'd like to stay competitive curling, but kind of with school and stuff like that, it'd be nice to keep on going hard and try to make these Grand Slams where these guys, the level these guys are playing. So.
Well, if you need a very bad lead that can't curl well, I'm available to drive out to Brandon a couple days a week.
That sounds great, Jim. Yeah, we'll get your digits and keep you in line.
Look at this, guys. I'm getting myself a curling job. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Well, let's hope he stays in curling because he's very talented. Brendan Taylor out of West K won a bunch of games this week, including one over 3rd seed Mike McEwen. Ultimately, he was knocked out of the competition by Kerry Burtnyk.
Okay. What do you think? Yeah, that's what I think. You got to right on the nose. Not it, Rich.
So a couple of mistakes there on those last 2 stones. Richard Daniel coming up a little bit short on his freeze attempt, and then Rob Fowler with a nice opportunity and just a little bit heavy goes through the rings.
Big Wade here, the run back.
Just missing, but a good shot. He does get that rock out from behind cover and improves the situation for Kerry. Kerry's worked hard to get back into this game. He doesn't want to give Jeff a quick deuce back and get back down behind by 3 points. So a good shot there by Richard. Really tough to make it perfect, and he was very close and was able to move it out and just enough to get that rock out. So good shot.
Yeah.
But Jeff still lying one and would like to create some separation on his stones as he puts the second one in. So they're going to play a little split here, try and roll one of these rocks behind the guard and push the other one.
Oh, we got a curl there. Yep.
Push the other one open so that there aren't any doubles and have one behind the guard.
Yep. Yep. Go. Yep. Go, go, go. Hard, 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 hard.
Steve on the shooter. Go, Jeff. Go. Very nice.
Good shot by Rob.
Good. Yeah, exactly.
Here.
Okay.
The rock is just exposed enough that if they get to the nose, they can probably make the double. Possible for that back rock to jam on the ones that are in the corner, just out of the rings. Don would love to make this double and get his team out of a little bit of trouble.
Into third stones now, Don Walchuk, 3-time Brier champion.
Okay, good rock.
You'll watch these ones, Kerry?
Yeah.
Probably.
Chicken.
Nose.
No, I mean, we're controlling.
I think
the
nose
game
is good.
anyway. Nose hit?
Nose, yeah, just nice weight.
Okay.
Hear Don saying little chicken, and he's just recognizing that to make that perfect, you'd have to be so tight to the guard and can't afford to hit the guard there and giving up 3 points into play. So didn't make the double, but he's rolled to a spot again where Jeff needs to deal with it, just like we saw last end. And if Jeff doesn't make a perfect roll, not only is there an opportunity for that red rock to jam and stay in the rings, it's going to leave Kerry a double.
Easy,
And
easy, easy.
if they can make the good hit and roll behind here, though, they're back in a good shape. I just decided to play the nose, and tough double there, but an opportunity now for Kerry to hit and roll behind the guard.
No, he does much good going and getting the roll there. Probably better to go here.
Okay.
Kerry just feeling that if they were to hit and roll behind the guard's far enough with the amount of curl that Jeff would be able to get to it with either turn, bump it out through the rings and lie two. So if he rolls behind Kevin Parks that he just threw, that rock in the side, it'll be tough for Kevin to play the run back, get rid of Don's shot and create any separation. If he can make this roll, there should be a double left for Kerry one shot from now. Needs to save his shooter again. Can't afford to roll out here.
The second from Walchuk. And it hangs in there in the wings.
I think he got shot. I think he got shot. Who shot?
They're shot.
Okay.
Down, you move it a little bit, it's good.
Yeah. Full speed here.
Just draw.
So it did hang around for shot, but it's actually a rock that Jeff can use to his advantage with a good freeze here. So real good opportunity here for Kevin Park to make a nice freeze. Kerry will have a decision as to which rock to go after. And
hard line.
Hard now, guys. Hard.
we've seen these shots over curl.
Hard line.
And guys have been a little bit light, so
hard line.
they want to be line shot after this shot. Trying to get it all the way back there.
Well, that's pretty good.
Well, it's close, but it looks like it's over curled, and Kerry remains shot. And
Huh?
No, I don't know.
so just over curling a little bit as it comes in the ring. Weight is perfect, and just over curls, and the shooter that he just throws is not shot, but Kerry's not sure if he moved it far enough that the rock at the top of the rings is now shot. And
well, they did everything they could to try to hold the line there.
they did, and it just got tight, a little bit early, and either didn't provide quite enough ice or Kevin was just a little bit tight. And so an opportunity back now for Kerry Burtnyk to hit and roll and lie two.
Try to go too long. No. Not sure who's won, but think it might be him.
So they're going to hit this top one to remove any doubt as to which rocket shot I'm trying to lie to. And
no more.
Need to be careful not to jam anything at the back. Needs to save his shooter.
Yeah! Yes!
Skip Stones in the fourth. Stoughton has last rock. Burtnyk's first.
Roll it.
Question of whether he rolled far enough to lie 1 and 2 or just 1.
All kinds of rocks in here biting you. This one. Obviously. What do you like? Hit and roll? Come down to that? Come down to that, we're just going to lay here, right? Which is pretty good.
It's not bad.
Just wanna-
It's like a long guard.
Or just go for the hit and roll.
Hit and roll isn't bad. Make the hit and roll.
Be shot rock for sure.
It's going to be coming around your shooter.
Yeah. Let's go hit and roll then. You like that?
You don't think you'll make that if you're rolling?
Well,
I'm just saying as
let's go here then. You're right.
Good conversation there. They're talking. They haven't really talked about drawing around the guard. If the guard was a little tighter, they would just go around the guard. But they recognize, as Kerry did, that the guard's long enough with the amount of curl on the ice that even if he makes it perfect, Kerry's going to be able to get to it and force Jeff to take one. Jeff's working really hard right now to get his second point. And they talked about playing the hit and roll, Barry. They would be shot, but now you've created a better guard for Kerry to come around. And if Kerry can make that draw, he's drawing around one on the top of the 12-foot.
Bump it a little bit.
Close to the button. Becomes a bit of a steal opportunity for Kerry. So they're going to play down to these ones way out in the wing. Love to force the situation and find a way to get two. But the nice thing about this is the 4-foot's wide open for Jeff if it doesn't work out, and not in a real tough situation to get his one at the end of it. Key here is to create good angles and get shot rock.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
We got second out.
Well, if I knows it, I get ours. Make the double.
I think nose doesn't hurt us, does it?
No, but it just might be easier just to play a, peel.
If you like.
I just think it's an easier shot.
I'm just saying, I wonder, we can probably do this. Can we get ours and roll here?
It might be possible with full weight, yeah.
So.
That's why I like the.
Okay. Just peel it out.
Yeah.
I'm worried we might catch the sixth.
If worst comes to worst,
Are we going to catch the sixth?
Well.
We might.
Not if I don't know. We're going to play it, though. We do. No, let it last.
So the shot they really like here is just the nose takeout, lie 2.
Wow, we're low on time.
And force Jeff to draw.
We can roll to the boards, too. Whatever you like.
What they're worried about with that, though, is if it just overcurls a little bit and they clip out their back one and roll for a third shot, Jeff's going to have a shot for 2, and they've worked pretty hard to avoid that. So it's just a half rock peel, make the double, and hope that it doesn't clip the red one coming back. And
get on it, Don.
Can't hit it too thin or it will jam. Well, it did the job, but
yeah, move that one back. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
What was just interesting about that is the rock came off the boards. You'll see this yellow rock come off the boards and come back in and move that red one in as Don is sweeping it out, and they're very, very fortunate that it didn't graze the rock that Don's sweeping now. And, you know, a good show of sportsmanship there. Jeff recognizing that it didn't have an impact on it, put the rock back, knows that Kerry was effectively lying to after that, and not creating a controversy where there wasn't one, but had that. It is the throwing team's responsibility to take care of the rocks. And if that rock, after rebounding, would have pushed the red one into the yellow one that Don was sweeping, now that changes it dramatically. You wouldn't know if it would have gone out, and Jeff would have had a real argument to say, my rock would have stayed for shot, and I've got a draw for two. So, a bit of a sigh of relief that we didn't see that happening. Now, Jeff forced to one and needs to make no mistake. But a good sequence of ends for Kerry Burtnyk to get his deuce back and force Jeff to one here.
Last rock of the fourth, Stoughton facing two red Burtnyk counters.
Good shots.
And he draws to the button for a single point.
Good job there by Team Burtnyk to get back into this game, and now this is a much more even game. 2 points with last rock. We saw how easy it was for them to get the deuce last time.
We're through four ends. It's 4-2 for the Stoughton rink over Kerry Burtnyk. We'll be back with more from the 2009 Safeway Championship in Selkirk.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes are celebrating 10 great years downtown. For more information, visit our website at goldeyes.com or contact us at 982-BASE.
Right. Uniting flavor and nutrition. Over 130 options to choose from, found exclusively at Safeway. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Well, if you're not out there, you're likely in here. The Selkirk Recreation Complex for the final of the 2009 Safeway Championship. Our fifth end is brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance, a proud supporter of Manitoba curling. A 4-2 game with Jeff Stoughton in front.
We ran into a couple of ice fishermen at the end of yesterday, and
we did.
After a long day of tires you out fishing, they sound like they did pretty well.
They were up from I guess southern North Dakota. They'd never been to Canada before.
Mine's real good.
Yeah, I think they were enjoying it.
I think they'll be back. They were having fun.
They were.
All right, guys, go, go, go.
So, 2 ends ago, Kerry Burtnyk down 3-0. We talked about the job for that team was to try and get it level again by the fifth end, and they'd taken the first 2 steps. They got their 2 back in the third end, and then they forced Jeff to 1 in 4. If they can get their deuce right back again this end, right back to square one with 5 ends to play, and some momentum for Team Burtnyk to going into the second half. They've played very well the last couple of ends.
Where is it? Yeah. Good line.
This isn't the only curling going on. The Scotties started yesterday in Victoria. Manitoba is represented by 2 rinks. The defending world champions, Jennifer Jones. She opened with a 9-3 victory over Alberta. And Barb Spencer with her sister Darcy Robertson at third. Their third trip to nationals. They lost in extra ends to Nova Scotia. They're in action this afternoon, both Manitoba teams. Barb Spencer is playing Alberta, and Jennifer Jones is up against Nova Scotia. The two Manitoba teams square off tonight.
Go then, go.
So both, go ahead. Sorry, I was just going to say both teams playing well, and a couple of minor miscues on both sides that have created extra points.
Gotta go for line and wait. Gotta go really hard, guys. Really hard line.
A nice shot by Garth Smith and Rob Fowler trying to
Come on, hard line, hard line, hard line.
follow him in. Just bouncing off a little bit, but not bad. Jeff likes this. He wants this to be very compact in the middle. Make it tough. It's a tough way to score your 2 points when you're playing to the middle like this. And this is now all about the angles. Create those good angles where it's tough for the other team to get rid of your stones, and then one good run back, one good hit gets rid of the other team's stones. So key for Richard Daniel here is to be in front of the yellows, create good angles.
It's here, whoa!
Doesn't want to bounce off, and it's a good looking shot.
Good rock.
Good angles there now for Kerry Burtnyk. That rock at the top of the 4-foot in the 8-foot is a real problem stone for Jeff.
Rob Fowler.
Hard line.
Tight.
Line's good.
So for Rob just to follow Richard down, he's taking the different turn, but again try and get an angle on the other side, and needs to be in front of this red stone.
No. It's all there. It's all there. Oh.
Doesn't want to bounce off. Just small rub, but not bad. I think if you move that rock up a foot, though, it's a little bit better.
Just back line, wait. Just move it back here.
Just move the one back, the one yellow back.
Yeah, I think if you play back here, get to the nose.
Okay.
Kerry could throw something hard. He could certainly play the run back to make sure at the end that he has an opportunity to score his point. But there is a bit of a chance here now for Richard. If he can get right to the nose of this with sort of back line weight, and he moves like those two yellows on the 4-foot or in the button area back, they become a little bit of a pocket now for Kerry to use. And key here is he needs to get by this guard, and this rock's been a problem for Richard. It's really over curled on him. Just by. You know, and that's a good shot. Those are real good angles now for Kerry Burtnyk. Just by, and gets right to the nose and moves those two rocks off of the button. And there's still a couple yellows in there, but there's 3 reds. And not easy for Jeff to get to any of them.
I think so.
Yep. Yeah. Dead frozen on it would be good, I think.
Yeah.
So Jeff's not seeing any easy way to get rid of 2 red stones. He's going to play defense by throwing some offense back at Kerry, and the job here for Kevin is to just follow it down and freeze on top and maintain good angles on the red ones so that Kerry can't get to those yellow stones that Jeff has in the 4-foot. Their thought process right now is Jeff, as much as anything, I see this as an opportunity to force Kerry to 1, because it'll be difficult to get a second shot in there, and if Kerry ever makes a mistake, maybe I can steal. And for Kerry, hoping for a mistake out of Jeff that will lead to a big end for him. So, pivotal moment in this game.
Into third stones in the 5th end.
Doesn't want to tap this rock in for second shot. Good shot. Moved it a bit, but didn't do any damage. The important thing is he got that yellow stone buried. Creates a good angle. And
what do you see? You call timeout or?
Timeout.
Timeout.
good call. They mentioned earlier last time that Kerry noticed that they were getting low on time, and they've had a lot of discussions.
Gotta wait for our coach to get down here, eh? Okay, well, what do you guys see?
We could try the same thing that Richie just played, but that's in an awfully good spot. Like, it's going to hit the 7 most likely, eh?
Yeah.
And not do much. And kick ours out a bit. If we could pick that. What about if we freeze in here? We're still going to need at least a couple of shots to get them out, though.
What do you think? I don't know. The freeze isn't too bad. But we're going to eventually have to get rid of that, eh, to expose that.
We could pick, and then that becomes a very, pretty lonely soldier there. It's hard to, yeah, and it's...
Well, if I just get by...
We're going to kiss the 7 for sure. So if we...
Move it out there a
little.
little.
Move this out, and then the shooter
with just back here with backline weight. I should be able to get, you can get to the nose of that with backline, no?
Okay. Huh? Yeah, you can. It's probably not the end of the world if you rack.
Although that 4 is saving our 7 right now too, eh? Like for now,
but
you know what I mean? Like,
but if it's back here, it's still saving it too.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
Translation, please.
Yeah.
Well, they recognize that both teams are kind of even in this situation because they both have two of their own stones in the 4th that they're pretty well placed, and they talked about ripping that, just seeing of what they can see of that back yellow one out and making it more of a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 situation for red. But that rock on the side of the button is actually also helping make it difficult for Jeff to get rid of yellows, or get rid of red stones. So they're just going to play continue little light taps to try and manipulate better angles for Kerry to make something big on his last one and get 2 or 3 out of this end, and they really want to get by this guard. But as Kerry said, hitting the guard probably isn't a disaster. They need to get, Jeff really wants this out. Every rock could come into play on an end like this, and first slight miss this end, and Don just not getting by. If he gets by that guard, he's going to get right to the nose of the red one, and he's going to move one of those yellow ones out, and Jeff would be in real trouble and just rubbed the guard. But it's still not straightforward for Jeff.
So he wanted to throw a guard here. He's always going to... No? Timeout as well, then? Timeout!
Well, I don't mind this. It's our color.
Thing is, to do that, he's probably going to do this, eh? Onto here.
My only concern is if I throw this and this happens to drag somehow and then this 7 doesn't leave the house.
It's not...
Well, the 8 rock's going nowhere. The 8 rock might actually spin over here somewhere.
You might get the 8 rock.
The 4 rock might come in here and go there.
7 might just go to here, though.
Yeah, that's
7's going this way easy.
that's my concern.
It's coming from this way, Kevin.
I know, but
More concerned that 4 rock doesn't go far enough.
really,
You know,
Scotty,
I wouldn't mind getting rid of a couple of their rocks then.
Scotty hit the 4.
It might go across the horn and out to here somewhere.
Okay,
I'm thinking like
half rock.
Yeah, half rock.
I know it comes with experience, but how do you
Like a half.
assess a situation like that quickly? Looking over the scenarios. And
Quite honestly, I used to listen to what Jeff said, and then now I listen to what Wayne says. There's a reason that I don't skip, because I'm not honestly exactly sure what is the right move here. Do you get aggressive and try and get rid of rocks and maybe open it up? Because right now, Jeff isn't in a bad spot to force Kerry to 1. But he recognizes that by throwing, if he could just throws a guard and Don Walchuk ever makes something really good, he could be put into a position where he gives up a 2 or 3 to Kerry, and sometimes you hate to make it for the team, but sometimes you, for the other team, but sometimes you hate to leave it too, and I think that's the situation. They do see an opportunity to get rid of 2 red stones at least. They're just not sure what happens with this top one, and Kevin has to hit it high and cannot nose this stone.
Park with takeout weight. Spills 2 red rocks.
Nice shot, real nice shot. If Kevin hits just a little bit less of that, the top red one probably spins out. That was the rock they were always worried about. They knew that the second 2 red stones were always going to go out. They just weren't sure about this top one and had lots of spin coming off that, and spins out, and it is buried behind the corner, but Jeff has one dead buried behind the center guard and another one in the ring, so real good shot by Kevin.
In or out?
straight back. Out turn.
But an opportunity for Don if he can ever make the run back double. They're lying shot behind the corner guard. And it's there.
Up. Whoa! 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 Cut.
Just misses.
Whoa. Okay.
Just missing.
Okay. Sort of guard half and half, eh? Split the center line. Okay.
So Jeff just wanting to replace the guard. Good opportunity now for Jeff to apply some real pressure to Kerry, and Kerry will be probably, if Jeff makes a good guard, Kerry's probably forced to play the same sort of shot that Don just tried, the run back double.
I think split the center line. Yeah, splitting it I think is better.
Wants to make sure that he covers a good portion of that top stone that's in the 8 foot so that he doesn't leave Kerry a double and stick to lie 2. Not as concerned about covering the one that's on the button. There's less good that Kerry can do with that rock on the button.
He's gonna have to curl though.
Mine's good.
The one in the 8 foot's in the real good spot for Jeff right now.
Gotta go.
Into skip stones in the 5th.
Come on, go, go, go.
The first for Jeff Stoughton. Burtnyk has the hammer.
Get over, Curl.
Just would like to guard a little bit of both of them halfway. Right on the center line, just like that. Over curled a little bit, but again, it's tough for Kerry to be too aggressive with that rock on the button.
Oh, I don't think so.
Huh?
You'd be at least 3/4 open. Like, you're not going to roll anywhere.
No, that's carving in there with hack weight or something. You get a little bit of a roll.
I don't think so.
Tough thing for Kerry is he'd love a couple more minutes to talk about this, but they have burnt a lot of time in the first half of this game, and
Just through. A hack weight, I think. Or just through, whatever. A little more. More.
How are they doing for time right now?
well, they're down to about 7 minutes an end, or a little bit less, and they've used more than that so far. So things are going to have to speed up a little bit. You might even see both teams take an end off and just play a blank. Peel after peel just to conserve some time. And for Kerry here, Jeff Scar's in a good spot. He would love to just paper by that top one in the 8-foot and get a little roll behind, but there's very little room to work with, and he can't touch the top one. Can't touch the top one. Wow, there was no room between that rock and when he was going past that yellow rock in the 8-foot, and just made it as good as he could. You'll see how tight he gets to this, and if he ever rubs that top one and goes by the one on the back, he's almost for certain giving up a steal, and made it about as good as he could. Really wasn't there to roll behind. And now for Jeff, a pretty straightforward hit, roll away, and make Kerry, force Kerry to draw for his single point. And
roll it over 2 feet would be nice.
Wants to roll away so that he doesn't give Kerry sort of a straightforward shot. And nose isn't bad. Might make Kerry's shot real tough, but doesn't want to do anything silly and hit the guard and give Kerry an easy 2. Big thing here is just to make that red one go away.
Last stone for Stoughton. Hits and rolls to lie 2.
Good shot. No opportunity for 2 points. Just nice control of weight and a good understanding of the situation. Even if he would have rolled out, it would have been tough for Kerry to get 2. That rock is dead buried behind a tight guard. Really good end. Great shot by Kevin
double
Park.
there?
No, if the guard wasn't in the way, there would be a double, but under the circumstances, there's no double, and it's just a question of does Kerry draw or hit for his single point. And, a good shot by Kevin Park there after Don Walchuk just touched the guard has forced Kerry into a situation where he's got to take a single point, which is not what he wanted to do in this 5th end.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Needs to hit and stick here for a single point. Looks good.
Last rock in the 5th.
Good shots and, some really good play, and Kerry's just clawing and scratching to find a way to get back in this game and get control back, and good end there by Team Stoughton to maintain the advantage that they've created through the first 5, but a slim advantage at that.
Kerry Burtnyk scores 1 in the 5th and trails Jeff Stoughton 4-3 through 5. Stay tuned for our 5th end break. Jim Toth is downstairs. He'll interview both skips. What are your thoughts on what you've seen thus far?
Well, it's been a real good game. Team Stoughton has taken control from the word get-go, and they haven't given it back, and they've done a good job of maintaining the control that they've created with the advantage of last rock in the first end. And so Kerry needs to turn that around.
Our 5th end break is brought to you by Granny's Poultry, Manitoba's poultry company. Jim?
Well, is that what you wanted, a single one in the 5th?
Oh, no, we definitely wanted to try and get a deuce, and we did everything we could to try and get one, but we just couldn't quite manufacture one. Jeff's team made too many shots, but we're only 1 down after being down 3, so we're back in the game, and 5 more ends to go, and we're playing better, so hopefully we'll make a good game of it.
Some rocks over curling, some not curling enough. Is it a hard read right now?
No, I mean, when the ice is curling as much as it is, a lot of times you can get fooled a little bit here and there, and you're playing with a fine line like that. My shot on the steal there, if I get by the guard, we get 2, and it's a completely different game. But that's the way it goes, and we're still in the game, so we'll keep fighting.
Looking to steal right away, or what's the plan?
Well, we're certainly going to try and force the issue, and hopefully we, can either steal or force them to take one, and then go on the offense.
Kerry, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot.
We'll bring in Jeff Stoughton now, who I actually just bumped, but only because you're leading at this point. Talk about your thoughts on the first 5 ends.
Oh, pretty good so far. I mean, we got off to a good start with a nice deuce in the first end, and got a good steal in 2, so we'll keep battling for the next 5.
A steal and you force them to a single there in 5. Obviously, that's a good thing for you guys.
Oh, it is. I mean, we're happy we got the hammer playing 6-1 up. We couldn't ask for anything more.
What's the plan for the rest of the way?
Score more points than them.
That's a great strategy. And thanks for letting me bump you.
Okay.
Good luck, Jeff. Jeff Stoughton, who leads Kerry Burtnyk in the 2009 Safeway Championship Final 4-3 after 5 ends.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Ooh.
Want to be famous for your smile? Then remember to brush and floss daily and see your dentist regularly to look and feel your best. A message from your Manitoba dentist.
Hello.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Our sixth end is brought to you by Manitoba Dentists, a proud supporter of Manitoba curling. We're through 5 ends of play in the championship game of the Manitoba Men's Curling Championship, the Safeway Championship. 4-3, Jeff Stoughton leads Kerry Burtnyk. This is a big year for sport in Selkirk. Not only are they hosting their 3rd Safeway Championship, but they have the TELUS Cup here, the Canadian Midget Hockey Championship, in the spring, and we wish them well with that. This is a lovely facility, just a great building to host an event such as the Safeway Championship or hockey. Home of the Selkirk Steelers of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. The winner of this advances to the Brier, which is in Calgary, March 7th. It all starts, and the field is pretty much set for that. This championship's actually late this year, is it not, John?
Yeah, it's a week later than usual, and it's a week later than pretty much everybody else has declared their champion. And just a question of trying to fit all the events in with the BDO Slam event in Winnipeg. They didn't want to put the Provincial Scotties, the ladies championship, on the same weekend, so they moved that a week back, which meant they moved this a week back. So not a huge impact for the players from a playing standpoint. The only thing it just does is for whoever wins this, they've just got a little less time to coordinate all the other stuff that goes along with it, plane tickets for family and tickets to the event and hotel accommodations. It's just going to make them scramble a little bit more than they might otherwise in a year with an extra week. So neither team is too worried about it. They'll take the trip, and those little nuances aren't going to affect them at all. And it's going to be a good week. It's quite a Brier field. Lots of previous champions in that one. I think at least 6 or 7 teams will have had Brier winners on those teams. So it does look like it's going to be another fantastic Brier field, and Manitoba's going to have an outstanding rep no matter what happens in the second half of this game.
Brad Gushu has advanced, and he is a local on his team this year. Ryan Fry is playing on his squad. Glenn Howard has qualified. Former champion Mark Dacey, Kevin Martin is there. We saw the Alberta final on Shaw last weekend.
Yeah, some guy by the name of Russ Howard, I think, qualified from the East Coast. And so, yeah, it gives you an indication of what one of these teams is going to be up against. And we've had a nice close start to this. Kerry team has done a great job of getting back into it, and they're down 1 without going in the second half of the game, but it's almost like a tie game at this point with as many rocks left. If Jeff can maintain this advantage for 2 or 3 more ends, he'll start playing the scoreboard, and just Jeff is really looking to get to the 10th end right now with last rock. That's what Jeff is really going for, is a tie game with last rock going in. that's what he's really shooting for. And for Kerry, they need to get this back to a one down with last rock scenario as opposed to one down without. That's what Kerry's job is over the next 3 ends to get to the 9th end in that situation. Or to the 10th end, really, down one with last rock. That's what Kerry's real job is here over the next few ends.
Well, we weren't sure what to expect in this final. Quite often when you're expecting a tight one, you get a blowout.
And the reason being is an end like last end where there were so many rocks around the forefoot. These guys just continue to put the pressure on each other, and it takes one little miss, and all of a sudden, you know, Don getting by that guard, and as opposed to ticking it, would have really created a tough situation for Jeff. And then Kevin Park follows up with a really nice one. If those two shots reversed, Kerry maybe gets 2 or 3, and that's what happens in a game like this where you have two teams that play so aggressive and so well. Is a minuscule mistake can turn into a big end right away, and so often when you get two top teams like that, we saw that with the Alberta final where Martin took advantage very early against Furby and really became a blowout early. It's a function of the teams being so aggressive and putting the pressure on, and a tiny little mistake creates a big end. And we haven't seen that big mistake yet that has allowed somebody to get away and really create the kind of lead that we saw this morning's game.
7. That's right. We saw it this morning in the semifinal. It was a tight game, and then all of a sudden, Kerry put up 5 against Reed Crothers, and it was over.
Yeah, I'm sure Reed is not that happy that we're reminding people about that, but that's just the way it goes. And you know, Reed could have just played to lose close, but there's no sense in doing that. He gave his team every opportunity to get back into the game, and that happens sometimes. Just, you have to take some risks. You have to take some risks, and that means that you can give up a big end. And Kerry's a little bit in that situation. Kerry needs to force the issue a little bit, not as much as Reed did, but he does have to force the issue a little bit. And he runs that risk of if they don't play perfect ends, that he could give up something big. But they're playing well enough right now that I really don't see that happening. This game, I do expect now that they've got through 5 ends, will come down to the last rock.
Whoa! Whoa, if you can. Gotta move. Go to move. Whoa, if you can.
Now, Reed Crothers had a pretty good run. They handed the Burtnyk team their only loss of the championship.
Real nice shot there by Steve Gould.
Shot, Steve.
You hear Kerry acknowledging it to make a little tap and roll in and lie one buried and move that shot of Kerry's into sort of almost an insignificant position at the back of the rings at this point. That rock is probably only going to come into play for backing for either one of those two teams. But the end is unfolding the way Kerry needs it to. Play in the forefoot. They need to make their freezes, and we'll see the same sort of end that we did last time. Kerry's team can't afford to make mistakes here.
No, never. Never. Yep. No. Atta boy.
Nice shot by Richard. He's really rebounded after having a couple shaky ends to start and playing well. So for Jeff, if this is the second end or the 4th end, Jeff probably continues to draw, but Jeff wanting to make sure that he maintains his advantage, and he is shot stone right now. He's going to make Kerry come to him. If Kerry ever makes a mistake early, Jeff will be making a double, and all of a sudden he's in a position where, at worst case scenario, it's a blank, and blank ends favor Jeff Stoughton at this point in the game. So even though Kerry isn't shot rock, he's going to throw up a guard and continue to guard for as long as he can and make a play on that rock late in this end.
5, 4. Coming down.
No.
Still 4.
Key is to not be heavy and leave Jeff an easy way to double these rocks out and stay in the rings with his shooter. Needs to be out of the rings.
Good rock.
Preferably somewhere around that sponsor logo.
Absolutely. It's not bad, though. Tough for Jeff to get too aggressive and try and stick the shooter. Could do some damage to his own rock on the back of the button there.
The second for Rob Fowler. He'll try to peel that tight guard.
Yeah, Rob. Good.
So we'll see how long Kerry decides to
Same thing.
continue throwing up a guard. You might see it go all the way until his first shot.
Good crowd today here in Selkirk, John. And they're into it. They're even cheering Peels.
It's a really good crowd. They're getting a great game. So good to see the people support it from Winnipeg and from Selkirk and the surrounding area come out. And I mean, they should be here. It's two of the legends in this game, and it's a pretty good deal on a Sunday afternoon.
Into third stones now. But first from Don Walchuk. Stoughton has the hammer and a 4-3 lead.
Needs to get this rock all the way to the center line to cover that one in the forefoot, and it didn't quite get there, and that's an indication of on this kind of ice, it's not good enough to just get the right path. You have to get the right path and the right weight. Kerry is icing that guard to, as you say, get to that sponsor logo, and Don being about 3 or 4 feet short of that spot, it doesn't curl enough, and guarding on this ice is very, very precise to do it well. So an opportunity here for Kevin Park to play a lightweight hit and lie two.
Whoa, whoa, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
This spot has run a little bit as the game has gone on early. Kevin wants to save his shooter here. Good looking shot coming into the rings. Doesn't necessarily have to stay for second, but a good shot, real good shot. Lies 1 and 2. Great control of weight there. See the rock coming in, and if he overthrows that, he hits and rolls out and is able to hit and roll to the wings and lie first and second, and there is a double there. The problem is the double might jam the first rock onto Kerry's back red rock, leaving 2 yellow stones in the rings, even if Don makes the double onto the other one. So
get a quarter of it, you might get it by there, eh?
Yeah, you might. It's either that or do this. No, let's play the double.
the pressure has really been maintained on Don Walchuk in this game, and it's really been a function of how well Kevin Park has played as much as anything in this game. And Kevin and Jeff have had the luxury of playing slightly more aggressive, straightforward shots. Kerry and Don have really had tough shots throughout this game. Would like to make the double here and not jam that rock.
Okay.
They were really worried about that jam, and Don just hit it too thin. And now a real good opportunity for Jeff Stoughton. This rock curls up a little bit more. It clips that yellow one as it goes by, but just a little thin and only removes one. And now a chance for Jeff Stoughton to go around the guard and lie first and second shot with one buried. And it'll be a big decision for Kerry to chase that, because
quick here. Well, how come guys are 2 or 3 have been real deep here? Is it just the same? Okay. I'll throw the same.
Kevin playing with a lot of confidence and just making sure that he gets a real good read on the weight. And this is a pivotal moment again in this game for Kerry Burtnyk. How hard does he force the issue to not give up that 2? He recognizes that a deuce here is really tough to come back from at this point of the game. For Kevin, he needs to get by the guard here.
Really hard, guys. Come on.
The second for Kevin Park, the in-turn draw.
Lead on it. Harder.
Just light.
He rubs the guard.
Just light, eh?
I think he might have talked himself into it a little bit, being a little bit keen there, and just a little bit quiet, and that's that's an opportunity missed.
No, more than that.
So for Kerry now a chance to hit and lie 2, and the forefoot is more closed off as a result. So big turnaround in this end.
You want to draw?
What's that? Yeah, we want to roll, yeah.
No, do you want to draw?
No.
Chance to hit and ride too. Maybe a little roll behind the guard.
Whoa, 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 off! Roll it!
Pretty good shot.
A little too much nose.
Roll here, eh? Roll, yep. His bumper.
Yeah, it was difficult no matter what happened there.
Well, dead behind ours is good.
Okay.
I think Kerry would have wanted to roll all the way to the center line. If he only rolls behind the yellow rocket, Jeff will be able to come around it, freeze to it, and be shot stone in front of the tee line. And a real good situation for two. At least this way, Kerry's forced Jeff to make a hit and roll, and it would be something that Kerry would probably be able to freeze to and at least make it difficult for Jeff to get his 2 points. But a really good roll here, and there is a deuce opportunity for Jeff to get that 3-point advantage back. So big shot here for Jeff.
Stoughton's first stone is the hammer in this end. And a 4-3 lead.
Key here is weight. Overthrow it, he won't make the roll. Just a little safe. You can hear it in Jeff's voice.
It's like hit weight almost, eh?
Yeah, he overthrew it.
That's a little wide. I didn't want to
More than that.
cut it back on the weight too much. Okay. Just too hard.
So a real nice opportunity now for Kerry. If he can ever make that hit and roll behind, he'll be lying first and second, and a great opportunity to steal that point back from Jeff. The first thing is to make sure that he hits and sticks, saves his shooter, and at least forces Jeff to a single point.
Shade more.
Wow! Wow!
Stay close. Stay close.
Wow! Never!
Out of their hand, worried that it wasn't going to curl up enough. If he rolls out, we'll give Jeff a shot for his second point. A little fortunate making that double, but it was good control of weight by Kerry and does the job. So out of his hand, they yelled whoa the whole way down. It was definitely on the high side. But he hits enough of it that he maintains his shooter, kisses the other yellow one on the way by, and does the job. He lies two and forces Jeff to one. And not a straightforward draw now for Jeff. He does have to go quite wide. He does have some backing.
And the draw is the better option than a quiet hit here?
Yeah, for a player like Jeff, he anticipates both Jeff and Kerry would immediately play the draw here. It's just to hit the 8-foot kind of a draw on these ice conditions. They expect to make that shot. So, but it's not straightforward because he does have to go a little bit wider than they have, and there might be a little bit of question about what the weight is like. Good communication about where it's going and.
Whoa! Stay close.
Last rock of the sixth. Stoughton facing two.
Looks pretty good coming into the rings. It's going to curl up. Use the backing and a nice shot, but a victory for Kerry Burtnyk again, forcing Jeff to stick to one in this end.
Jeff Stoughton takes one and leads 5-3 through 6 ends here in Selkirk. We'll be back with more of the 2009 Safeway Championship in just a moment.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway Eating Right. Uniting flavor and nutrition. Over 130 options to choose from, found exclusively at Safeway. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Winnipeg Goldeyes are celebrating 10 great years downtown. For more information, visit our website at goldeyes.com or contact us at 982-BASE.
The seventh end is brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts, a proud supporter of Manitoba curling. Mike Beauregard, John Mead, and Jim Toth in Selkirk for the final of the Safeway Championship. The top two seeds. Jeff Stoughton, a 6-time winner of this event, leading Kerry Burtnyk, a 5-time winner, by a score of 5-3.
That's lots.
So Kerry's team done a real good job of hanging in this game after getting down 3 points. And the real key now is that Jeff is getting close to the point where he can almost start playing the scoreboard. And what I mean by that is both skips recognize that the 10th end is coming. And Jeff, again, simply wants to get there, to be tied up coming home with last rock. He knows he's going to have the last rock in his hand. He feels that he's going to make that last shot to win this championship. And for Kerry, what he can't afford to do is get forced to one or give up a steal. If he can score a deuce in either this end or the 8th end, it's anybody's ball game. But if he was to get forced to one, then Jeff just makes sure of his single and 8 to go up 2. Even if he gives up a deuce in 9, he's tied up coming home. So it's critical that Kerry does not get forced to one. And he finds a way to get that deuce back and even this match going into the 9th end.
The second for Garth Smith.
Garth's really only miscue this game and slipping into the rings and giving Steve a chance to hit
hard
and get rid of that advantage of being able to throw up a guard that they can't get rid of. And
keep her going. Okay.
And Jeff will begin just peeling guards, and at some point Kerry will have to make a decision. Do I go for the blank end? How hard do I push this situation to try and get my 2?
Well, we've been working Jim Toth too much because this is going to be a second interview.
Clean. No.
Jim,
No.
he's standing by right now. Jim?
Thanks, Mike. Lois Fowler joins me now, mother of Rob Fowler with Team Stoughton. And there's provincial champions on the ice and one right here, 4-time women's champ, 1-time mixed. What do you think of this game so far?
Well, it's a great game so far. The right team's leading at this point, but it's a little nerve-wracking watching, that's for sure.
Is it easier playing in a provincial final or watching your son play?
Oh, it's much easier being on the ice than sitting in the stands sweating it out, but you can just hope for good shots by both teams, and you know, it's a great game so far.
Provincial seniors start this Thursday in Fort Garry. You're back there. Looking forward to that?
We're very much looking forward to it. We're seeded number 2, and we're quite excited to get in and get playing again. And you know, after watching this, I'm really enthused to get there.
I bet you when you're watching your son play, you get that blood flowing again and want Thursday to come soon.
That's right. But a few practice rocks between now and then, and you know, just start Thursday and see what happens.
Lois, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thanks, Jim. Well, they likely have a big trophy case in the Fowler household.
I think it's called a extension to the house.
Good.
Here's Rob now.
Yeah, Rob's played well, and I talked about that matchup early in the game, and right now Rob enjoys a pretty significant percentage difference, and Richards really turned it around and played well in the second half, but some of the exchanges early in this game have made life a little bit more difficult on the back end of Team Burtnyk. Jeff and Kevin have been able to play it a little bit more straightforward. Their shots have been a little bit easier as a result of that advantage and early in the game, and it's created the gap on the scoreboard that we have right now. And Richard, as I said, has played well in the second half, but we see a miss there, and now it's straightforward for Kevin Park. And I really wonder,
Go for a steal or open side.
and Richard's such a good player, I really wonder if his rocks are doing the same thing. I wonder if one's a little bit heavier and curling a little bit more. For Richard to throw one through the rings at this point in the game,
yeah,
in the weekend
or here.
with the kind of skill level he has is so surprising. And then I wonder if he's been throwing the same rocks from start to finish. And
how big a miss is that in the game that's, you know, been curled so well?
Well, we'll see. It may not make a big difference. It's a really tough spot to try and get to from anyways without a guard. And for now, Kevin and Jeff recognize this as an opportunity that they could throw up a guard and try and go for the steal because they've got a good rock on the forefoot. But throwing guards is really to Kerry's advantage. There's a reason Kerry is throwing guards. So they talk themselves out of that, and they're going to split the rings and try and get lots of rocks in place so that Kerry can't get two. And so if this end plays out this way, that could be a big miss. I think you'll see Kevin start trying to make doubles and get out of this end and blanket, move on to 8.
Huh? I think we have to go around, don't you? What else? I don't want to take it away, but that you could try the thin double, I guess. Okay.
Well, it's either do that now or try and run, one or the other. What's that? Well, could, but let's just try and get one in the rings here for a third shot. Buried.
So they feel like they're committed. Those rocks are in spots where none of the doubles are real easy. It's not just a straightforward half rock double. So they don't feel like they can peel their way out of this at this stage.
Better line, better line.
So they're going to try and get one in play and get it buried behind this rock on the other side, and hopefully maybe it comes into play for a second point if they can make another double and get Jeff and Kevin to miss a run back or a freeze or something like that. This is really about setting it up for later in the end, creating some sort of opportunity for Jeff or for Kerry to get his second point. So that one just not quite curling enough. Kevin can see good half of it. Jeff will just ask him to get rid of it.
We like this nice weight. Firm?
Firm, I think.
Okay.
Jeff has enough rocks.
Yeah.
And Jeff has enough rocks in the ring to do the job of forcing Kerry to 1, so doesn't really need to stick around, especially the back of the rings where Kerry might be able to freeze to it, so just get rid of it. And then it's a question of which weight do you like to make this shot. Some people might want to play a little bit quieter. Kevin's a pretty good hard weight hitter, and so he's going to throw it up and just peel it out. Doesn't want to touch the top one.
Second stone for Kevin Park.
Good throws again by Kevin Park. Solid game. So a good shot. There wasn't huge margin for there. You could see about half that rock, and all it takes is one miscue to touch that top yellow one, and Kerry's 2 is on. So Don's going to try and replace this and just put it in a slightly better spot, a little bit more buried so that Jeff doesn't have that shot on the next one.
Hard! Hard! Gotta go!
Don looks like he's taken a little bit too much off this one, and just a little short. May have just hung on to that one a little bit. We've seen that this weekend where releases are a little bit soft and rocks really over curl. So now green light for Jeff to go after the steal and try and put some real pressure on Kerry to score a point here.
Foot out would be good, guys.
So a nice tight guard. It'll be tough for Kerry to do much positive with it, to try and draw around it. There's so little room to work with it. It'll be a tough situation for Kerry to try and find a way to get to, because that rock on the top of the forefoot is in such a good spot for Jeff.
Line's good. Tight guard. Line's good.
Line's good.
So you talked about the Richards rock sliding through. Is it big? It is big. It's had an impact. They've had chances to get out of it. The rock that really has hurt them It was Garth Smith sliding in on his first one and limiting that opportunity to get guards up and play that Jeff couldn't hit. And Jeff's made a perfect guard here. And, you know, leads are so important. We saw last year Garth Smith making a run back to start the championship that really got the ball game going for Kerry, and he gets the steal of 4 in the first end. And, you know, a perfect shot in that situation. And in this case, just one that got away, just overthrew it a little bit, slipped into the rings. And leads are so important to setting up these ends. And so for Kerry, see how much he can get tucked and maybe force Jeff into an error and get his 2 points. But it's going to be tough to be buried and shot rock. Real good guard by Jeff there.
3:05 here.
Kerry has last rock. This is his first stone.
Yeah. Jeff enjoying a percentage advantage over Kerry.
Line's tight.
But a lot of that is, again, a function of Kerry's just had tougher shots. Kerry's played pretty well.
Where is it? Freeze. Whoa, whoa, freeze it. Whoa. Yep, yep, yep. Try and get a bite. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just bouncing off and. It's a little heavy.
Chance for 2 for Stoughton.
Maybe just sit here, right?
Well, chance to.
Yeah, we see that there before. Nice weight there.
To force Kerry to.
If it gets there early, then
take a single point.
Get it out of the way.
Would like to roll away so that it doesn't give Kerry any backing to draw to in the forefoot. Really doesn't even probably care if he rolls right out.
Way, Rob.
Rolling out is a better option than hitting it right on the nose.
Either way, Kerry won't get 2.
I would think
Last,
not.
Kevin.
Certainly shouldn't
Last.
in this circumstance.
Last. Nice one.
Wait it. Wait. No. Okay, it's fine.
Good enough.
Got it.
Shade more, eh?
Where'd we have last time?
Did you time that at 3? I'm going to try and give it to you guys. So.
Ice has been holding up well. We have seen people
about half 4.
When they miss draws, typically they're missing heavy, and Kerry saying, I need to give my sweepers a chance to take this one. If it's heavy, there's nothing that they can do about it. A few feet short, they've got really good sweepers. Have no problem getting that to the forefoot. But again, Kerry draws so well, and he just played this shot.
Yep,
Every expectation that he'll make this shot.
Easy. Yeah, hard line.
Last rock in the 7th, Kerry Burtnyk.
Yeah, okay. Whoa.
Drawing against 3.
It's close.
And it hangs
shot.
on.
Look where that got to, too. He almost got that dead buried. If he would have made that on his first one like that, could have the shot for 2. And tough way to score your deuces, though. Drawing around rocks on top of the forefoot.
Kerry Burtnyk takes 1 in the 7th. He trails Jeff Stoughton 5-4. You're watching Shot TV's coverage of the 2009 Safeway Championship from Selkirk.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Winnipeg Goldeyes are celebrating 10 great years downtown. For more information, visit our website at goldeyes.com or contact us at 982-BASE.
Safeway Eating Right. Uniting flavor and nutrition. Over 130 options to choose from, found exclusively at Safeway. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
The eighth end is brought to you by Wellington West Capital, proud supporter of Manitoba curling. We've got a tight one for the Manitoba Men's Curling Championship, the Safeway Championship. Jeff Stoughton's rink leads Kerry Burtnyk's team 5-4, their first meeting in the championship game in 10 years.
So for Kerry Burtnyk now, the key, I think, is he has to work hard to steal this end. Just exchanging points at this stage, even if he gives up one to Jeff and gets two in 9, it's certainly better in some scenarios, but it still means that the game's a little bit out of his hands coming home, and Jeff's going to have that hammer in a tie game. And that's really Jeff's goal here, is to make sure he scores his point here. Even if he gives up 2 in 9, he's tied up coming home with last rock. That's what he wanted at the outset of this game. So for Kerry, work hard for the steal. They certainly don't want to give up a multiple score to Jeff. Giving up a 2 is really makes it really tough for them to come back. But it's getting to the point of the game where Kerry's got to take a chance at some point to he's going to have to steal to win this game most likely. And whether it's now or in the 10th end really doesn't matter. He's got to take, when he gets an opportunity presented, he needs to take full advantage of it. And for Jeff, if his front end can position their rocks well, it'll make life real tough on Kerry in the back end. But one little mistake and boy, game on.
Steve Gould, second stone. Plays a freeze up to that red rock.
Nice shots there by Steve and by Garth, and now the game's on. It's in the 4-foot where Kerry wants it.
Well, John, it's time for your Under Pressure segment, brought to you by Canad Inns, your destination centers. There have been a lot of great shots made under pressure this afternoon.
Yeah, and 2 of the best under pressure in Kerry and Jeff. And in the third end, Kerry down 3, looking at a very thin double to score his 2 points, knowing that if he misses, he gives up another steal, and he's down 4, and that's too big a gap to close. And needed a good throw. His team needed this deuce. He makes a delicate little double takeout with lightweight, saves his shooter for that second point, and really changes the complexion of this game. And that's why it's still close, is that shot right there. So a nice sequence of shots there. Nice freezes. Great shot by Richard Daniel. And Jeff's going to go up and not force the issue. Jeff does not have to force the issue here. His job is to make sure that he's going to have a shot to score. He is shot stone. Kerry's going to have to make a move on it sooner or later. Not right now. Kerry's going to throw guards as long as he can, but eventually he's going to have to make a move to be shot rock. He doesn't want to give Jeff any sort of shot for 2. And what Jeff's hoping for is that Kerry does it when he does make that move, that he leaves a double so that he can lie 2. And
2, 3.
It's a real cat and mouse game this end to see how long Kerry keeps throwing up guards and how long Jeff keeps peeling them. But both teams, both front ends have put their rocks in great spots. There isn't really any good angles there for either one of them.
Nice shot by Richard Daniel.
Yeah, 2 good ones.
And Rob will follow with an attempted peel.
Clean, yep.
Doesn't want to disturb things in the house too much.
Shot, Rob.
They are shot stone. They don't want to be sloppy on their peel and maybe touch some things in the house, and then all of a sudden Kerry is guarding his shot stone. So straightforward peel attempts, but they need to keep their wits about them and execute them well.
Well, it's a tight game. 5-4 in the 8th end, and we'll likely see a lot of other shots made under pressure here. What's it like to be out there under these conditions?
Well, I think at this point it's better than it was probably a couple hours ago leading up to this, when the butterflies are going. And they're totally into what they're doing. All of these guys are champions and champions of multiple events, and there's some nerves, but it's a kind of thing that focuses you, and they're just grinding. They're working as hard. They're starting to get tired, and they're just working hard to give their skipper a chance to be the guy throwing it coming home and a chance to win. So they're right into it and not really aware of a whole lot else that's going on out here.
Center guard put up by Burtnyk's team.
Yeah, as we see, this trend will continue until third last or skips first rock for Kerry. He'll have to make a move to be shot rock at some point. He doesn't want to give Jeff any sort of draw for 2, and even wants to avoid giving up a single point here. That is a single point for Kerry is a lot better than giving up 2 to Jeff, but he'd love to find a way to get a steal here. And
where do you want to hit it? Hit and roll over.
Going to try and get rid of one of these yellows and keep 3 red in the ring.
Yeah.
Here's Don Walchuk.
Hard. 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 What? Hard. Roll everything. Hard.
Good shot by Don.
Well, we've seen a lot of big ends in this championship, but not against these teams. It's probably very difficult to play catch-up.
It is, and the reason being is that
Yeah, unless you just want to nose it.
nice hit and roll there by Don, creating some separation.
3/4 might just roll over top, though. I don't mind if you just roll a little bit.
Yeah, pretty
Make
good.
this double. Okay.
So good shot by Don.
Here. Firm.
For Don, and there wasn't much he could do to avoid leaving Jeff doubles, but he did get that rock off the button a little bit, and Kerry's actually got a good rock
First, you roll it over there.
Yeah.
on the top of the 4 foot, so Kevin's going to try and make this top double. There's another double onto the one that Don just threw, but Jeff recognizes that if they don't get rid of this rock in the top of the 4 foot, Kerry's going to have an opportunity to guard a rock that's in a really good spot to steal.
Whoa, yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. Roll it. Roll it.
Roll that too.
In lines 1 and 2, and really good shot. Boy, Kevin Park has played well in this game.
Here's another look, John.
Yeah, he makes that top double perfectly and gets rid of the rock that's really dangerous for Jeff right now, and rolls over to a spot that now he lies first and second. No easy doubles for Kerry. Really a good setup for Jeff, and that was the issue of eventually Kerry was going to have to take a run at moving those things around. Those leads and second stones were positioned very well for both teams, but Kerry having to force the issue, trying to create the steal, and that's what happens. One good shot by Kevin Park, and now it's an opportunity for Jeff to potentially get 2. So Kerry needs to really save his shooter here. Would love to roll a little bit to the middle.
Maybe play that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Might be the shot, eh? Or just hit that, make the double. It's close to coming back to here, but...
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, even if you...
Yeah, but if I nose it, it's not that great.
No. What do you guys think? The hit roll on this one? Well...
Yeah.
Just got to make sure we're laying 2.
Let's play that. Yeah. Play that.
Where are we rolling to?
Well, we got to roll to here. We just got to tick that one, eh?
Yeah.
Just a little high.
Okay.
Just a little high. Nice weight.
Air high?
Oh, yeah. Nice weight.
So although Kerry didn't get the roll in, he has shrunk the rings for Jeff, and Jeff wants to lie too in a way that there isn't any easy doubles for Kerry, and they didn't talk at all about the draw. I think if they ever thought about maybe drawing over and putting it in the F of that Safeway logo, again, it's a really tough double for Kerry, but you have to put it on a dime, and this is the more safer shot under the circumstances, being up 1. Chances are he's going to leave Kerry something to lie to, whether it's a double or a wide open hit. But he can also roll over there, and if he makes a good roll, he'll have an opportunity to lie too.
First stone for Stoughton. He has the hammer in the 8th. And the shooter hangs on.
Well, that's interesting. Certainly not the way Jeff wanted to make it.
2 inches this way would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But for
stick, which turn?
Out turn with bumper.
But for Kerry, the tough part is if he rolls it all, he's going to leave
A little more.
Jeff some sort of double for 2, and again, he just does not want to give up that 2 in this situation. Down 3 playing 9 is a really tough way to win against a top team, and down 2, tough as well, but
Inch or 2 roll to
it
the
happens
right
all the
would be
time.
nice.
So just a hit with a small roll. Just does not want to roll on top of the rock and leave Jeff a straightforward nose double.
Yeah, hard. Real hard. Real
This rock
hard.
is really curling, caught the center line.
Yeah, hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
If he rolls too far, double the other way, and that's pretty much perfect.
Just nice. Okay.
So a nice shot by Kerry, and smart on his first one to make sure his shooter maintained, recognizing it would be a smaller ring for Jeff to deal with, and small miscue by Jeff, and now he's got forced into 1, and Jeff does have to hit the stick here. He does not want to roll out and give up a sort of a cheap steal in this situation, so a big shot here to take that 2-point advantage going into the 9th end.
Just nice weight, guys.
You never know.
Last rock for Jeff Stoughton in the 8th, facing 2 in a 1-point game.
Working hard to keep it on the nose.
Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
Little roll, but fine and well brushed, and a good shot. And Jeff's where he wants to be, and Kerry will work hard to get his deuce this end.
So they've traded singles. Stoughton scores 1 in the 8th, and he has a 6-4 lead. Lots more to come from Selkirk. You're watching Shaw TV's coverage of the 2009 Safeway Championship Final.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life. Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Hey, Will. Let me call you, Captain.
By me.
Save your friend from drinking and driving, and you just might save a life.
The ninth end is brought to you by Geldwin Windows and Doors, a proud supporter of the Roaring Game. Jeff Stoughton leads Kerry Burtnyk 6-4, playing the ninth. Burtnyk with the hammer. How do you see things playing out here with your supervision?
Well, I think Jeff certainly has the advantage going into the ninth end with a 2-point lead. His team knows that if they make their straightforward peels and Steve puts his 2 rocks in a good spot to start this end, that worst case scenario, they're going to give up 2 points and they're going to be tied up coming home with last rock, and that's what they wanted at the outset of this game. They feel that they're going to win that more often than not, but it is difficult with the free guard zone. When you're tied up with last rock, it's not straightforward. So for Kerry's team, they're fully aware of that. They've been on the other side of the 6-4 score, and they know how hard it is to protect that lead. So for them, throw their guards up.
Okay.
They'd love to get a miss and try and get 3 this end, but their first job is to really get their deuce this end. And then anything can happen with the free guard zone. It means that they're going to have 2 guards to work with in 10, and Jeff will be forced, unless there's double peels made by Rob Fowler or Kevin Park. Jeff's going to have a tough one in his last one, and they're not automatic, especially with everything that's on the line that there is. And so they need to get a 2-point score here to even the game coming into 10. And if things go south quickly, in that maybe Rob Fowler makes a double, something like that, Kerry might also just look to blank this, and whether he scores 2 and 9 and steals in 10, or whether he scores 2 and 10 and steals in the extra, it's really the same situation. So for Kerry, he has to be a little bit careful that he doesn't get forced to 1, because being down 1 without last rock is a much different situation, trying to steal twice or steal 2. So
bump it back.
Kerry's going to move these rocks around and try and create
back 8.
Well, I would even
a situation where he can eventually go around that corner guard without rocks in the 4-foot. For Jeff, he doesn't mind seeing Kerry do this, because rocks are going to get into all in the same spot in the 4-foot and potentially leave a double. And this rock of Richard looks like it's over curling a bit, which it's done a lot on him. Although the situation there, Kerry's saying that it probably didn't give him enough ice, so still lots of curl in this ice
Feel it out, Rob.
in the second half of the game. And there's rocks in the 4-foot posing a problem right now for Kerry. They're positioned well, that Kerry has to deal with them. Can't just go around the corner guard at this point.
Second stone for Rob Fowler, more takeout weight.
No mistakes. But Rich there, although it didn't quite work out perfectly, did create some separation, and now if he can do it again and maybe create a bit of a pocket, move those rocks around, Jeff will peel out the one that Richard's going to throw, but the next one there might be a better opportunity. So Richard's really trying to set things up here, move those rocks around, create a pocket, get them out of the 4-foot so they can use their corner guard, something like that. It only takes one good one now, and all of a sudden Kerry's chance for 2 is right in there. Doesn't want to knock it right through the rings.
Good rock.
That's a really good shot. That pushing that yellow behind the guard, something that they'll be able to freeze to later. And
Peel?
Yeah.
I agree.
they could peel the guard. Kerry would have to throw some rocks close together. Jeff is shot, but Jeff wanting to take the easy one and making sure that he just gets rid of the rocks in the rings. Rocks that aren't in the rings can't score, and that's Jeff's approach on this one. Again, Jeff, his big thing is don't give up the 3. That's the hardest in this end for Jeff.
Into third stones now, Kevin Park.
Who's had a really strong game, and But an opportunity now because of what Richard did to move those rocks around for Don Walchuk
Play a freeze or
to go around this corner.
Freeze here.
good.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Some patience here. Kerry and Don deciding to freeze to the one on the forefoot this time. Even if they don't make it perfect, if Kevin has to get rid of the red and the yellow in the forefoot, the next one will go around the corner, and then that rock isn't in the forefoot anymore for Kerry to have to deal with. So sort of 6 of one, half dozen the other on this shot.
Right off. Right off. Right off.
Not bad. But not difficult for Kevin to remove now. But it will leave a if
How much
those
separation?
About a foot.
Okay.
Just hit it high. 3/4.
the yellow ones will be in a good spot on
Half.
Don's next one. If he doesn't
Heel.
Yeah.
if Kevin doesn't move these around, the next freeze will be in a really good opportunity for Don. Because if he makes a good freeze, Jeff won't be able to get rid of it because of the angles of those yellows. Kevin not minding the idea of touching one of those yellow stones on the way by here.
Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Yes.
Second for Kevin Park.
Good shot. But now an opportunity for Don and Kerry. Kevin hitting half a rock here and clipping it through the middle. You heard Jeff call him on. I think Jeff would have loved to just graze that yellow one and move it out of the way. What a good shot. Had to make sure that the red one left the rings. So for Don, though, good freeze here, and Jeff will not be able to get rid of it. And he just threw this shot, so you expect him to be real close.
Whoa for line. Whoa for line. Whoa.
This will finish if it's not heavy. It will get to that rock.
No. Yeah. Hard. Whoa.
Just like that. That's a perfect shot.
Stop. Just no bumper weight. Just make sure we hit on this side, eh?
Okay. Well, the advantage of playing the same shot again.
Absolutely. The ice is so good, and these guys throw it so well.
Just squirt over to here, that's all. Just nice weight. Just go nice.
So for Jeff now,
A little less. Okay.
he can't get rid of that rock on this shot, so he's just going to come down, play a hit, stay on top of the red one, just sort of nose it, roll with it a little bit, get rid of the yellow one behind it, stay on top, be shot rock, and that way Jeff will make Kerry play at them. Keep it on the high side, as he says. If he was to hit it a little bit across the face, it'll actually squirt it on over onto that other yellow one, and now Kerry would be in a really good situation of having that rock still frozen to a rock behind the guard. So good shot here by Jeff. Will keep the pressure on Kerry, but a real good shot by Don has created an opportunity where they could get 2 out of this. Jeff needing to get right to the nose.
Into Skip Stones now in the 9th. A 6-4 Stoughton lead.
Just draw. Freeze it right in there.
Yeah.
So Jeff trying to get right to the nose. I think he overthrew it for what he was saying and just didn't curl up enough, and it spins off to be second shot, and an opportunity for Kerry to get a second rock in there and really solidify his chance to get to this end. Some nice shots by Richard Daniel this end to set up this opportunity.
We want to freeze more to our own than theirs.
The key here for Kerry is to lie 1 and 2 and to not leave any doubles.
Nope.
Can't be light or over curl and let Jeff hit to lie 2.
Yep. Careful. Just a freeze. Yeah. Hard line. Hard. Hard line.
We haven't seen this path as much.
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, just touch it. Whoa, whoa.
Good shot. Real good shot.
Yeah, just nice, same.
So for Jeff, really no opportunity to get rid of both red stones.
What's that?
But
No, it's just nose hit, regular weight. Sit in front of it, nothing goes. Get one of them.
so all Jeff can really do is make it as hard as he can on Kerry to score two. If he nose hits this and stays right on it, Kerry will be forced to play a draw for a second point, but he'll have to hit a good portion of the button to do it. But that's all Kerry could have asked for. So good end by Kerry, and Jeff needs to nose this to.
Hard, guys. Gonna have to. Real hard. Really hard. Really hard. Harder.
This at rock over, curling a little bit. And he's rolled off, so now it's a pretty straightforward draw for.
That's okay.
For two, and Jeff not terribly disappointed. This is again what he worked for, was to get to this situation, but boy, Kerry's team has done a good job of hanging in this game and giving themselves a chance and tend to have a chance to win, and that can be hard at the end of a long, tough weekend when you get down early to keep your mind in it and really grind. So good on him. Good chance here for Kerry. He needs to make this draw.
Last rock in the ninth.
Oh, go then.
Just through this stone. Same spot, same shot.
Easy, easy. Careful. Careful. It's weight you got to worry about. No.
Chance to draw for two and tie the game.
No mistake.
On the button.
And here we go. Everything we expected.
Kerry Burtnyk picks up two in the ninth. This game is tied at 6 with the 10th to come. Stoughton will have the hammer. We'll be back with more from the 2009 Safeway Championship in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Email direct. Safeway savings sent directly to you. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway Eating Right. Uniting flavor and nutrition. Over 130 options to choose from, found exclusively at Safeway. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Dentist has the expertise to address all of your oral health care needs. So make the smart choice. Trust your dentist. Good for you, good for life.
Welcome back to Selkirk. Mike Beauregard, John Meade, and Jim Toth. Ready for the 10th end. In a 6-6 tie between Jeff Stoughton and Kerry Burtnyk. The winner moves on to the Brier in early March in Calgary. An opportunity to qualify for the Olympic trials. And we've already qualified for the pre-trials.
Really hard!
It's been everything we thought it would be.
Yeah, and the key to this end for Burtnyk's team is to get their guards. They're going to throw up two guards and get them in a good spot. And that first one's perfect. It's a nice tight one. Jeff elected to try and play the tick on it. If they ever make two ticks and open it up, they love their chances of Jeff making his last one. So they miss it on that one. Kerry's going to try and throw the long guard to create separation. He doesn't want to leave doubles for Rob Fowler to clear off both of the guards. It needs to be on the center line as high and close to the hog line as they can. You won't see Jeff play the tick the second time. Jeff needs to come in and get control of the forefoot and put a rock on the top of the forefoot that Kerry's going to have to deal with.
Whoa, whoa, that works, that works. Whoa. Good shot. Set.
Just a little deeper than he would have liked. Rob will have an opportunity to play a double on that, and for Steve, he's got to hit the front half of the rings. He can't be deep. Anything in the back of the forefoot is big trouble for Jeff Stoughton at the end of this end. Top forefoot is key. Anything too high, though, and becomes a guard, so can't just put this in the 12-foot.
Second stone for Steve Gould.
Doesn't need to be perfectly buried here. He would love to be close to the center line, top of the forefoot.
Every inch, every inch.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
He was listening to you, John.
Steve's done that many times, but an opportunity for Richard, and we'll see as this end unfolds about how sometimes it's really tough to score with last rock when guards are up, and if Richard can put a good one in the back of the forefoot, he could be shot, be partially buried, or a good part buried. Key is he needs to be around the forefoot area. This is a good looking shot coming in here. Would love to be shot, Rock. Just looking a little bit too far, but a good shot. It's not shot Rock right now, but it's likely to be there for a while, and it's going to be something that Kerry's going to be able to freeze to later on in the end. But for now, Rob Fowler, can he make the double peel? This is an opportunity. This might be their best chance at a double. They'd love to make it right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He's been pretty precise thus far in this game.
Not quite. So, bit of a bullet dodge there by Kerry. Now Kerry's got not a bad little setup going. They're going to keep throwing guards as long as they can, and then, as I said, freeze to that one on the back of the forefoot at the end of the end. Key here for Richard is separation on these guards.
Yeah, it's lots.
Doesn't want to be deep.
Room, let it work.
Oh, heavy.
Stay with it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep. Hard.
Just clean, just clean.
Whoa.
Just clean, just clean.
Yeah. Nice shot.
A high
Really
center
nice
guard
shots by Richard. You know, Richard's had a bit of an up and down game, and it's nice to see him make two real good ones in the 10th end. And
Straight peel, Rob.
And he's a really good player, and this end is a long way from over for Jeff Stoughton. He's got some work to do to score his single in a game that they've controlled from start to finish.
Another attempted peel from Rob Fowler.
Yeah, you'll see this, and Kerry just wants to make sure that there's no doubles on the guards, and Jeff would love the opportunity to get rid of both guards. So the key for Don, just like Richard, lots of separation.
Say lots. Whoa. Clean then. Whoa, 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 Garth. Whoa.
This rock curling a little bit more than some, and it's a little bit likely to leave a little bit of an angle now for Kevin Park to make a double, and that opportunity is definitely there. This is the best look at a double they've had so far. The question is where those rocks will come if he does make it into the rings.
Over the top.
What?
Plant it over the top.
Yeah, right here.
Jeff doesn't mind it terribly, even if this does clip, if he makes this double and he clips the yellow one out.
Sure, guys.
The yellow is acting as a bit of a guard right now for Kerry Burtnyk, even though it's in the top of the forefoot.
Yep, yep. Really hard. Whoa. Yep. Hard, hard.
Real close.
For Kevin Park.
And there you go, and that's a dandy. So that makes things a little bit simpler for Jeff. This was a really good look at a double, and Kevin needed to make it to make things simpler for Jeff's last shot. He made no mistake at all. And now Jeff is shot at the top of the forefoot, no guards in play. And it's going to be a little bit more straightforward for Jeff at the end of this end than it might otherwise have been. Doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. He might be looking at 2 in the forefoot. Kerry still might play the freeze, but he's going to be able to see everything, and that's the difference.
Yep.
So for Kevin now, needs to follow up that great throw with a good solid throw and make this peel. Kevin Bart with his second shot here. Kevin was the all-star third, and I think he's been really the difference in this game. I think that if Jeff is successful and does go on and score a point and win this championship, he'll be saying thanks to his third. Kevin Park's been really good throughout the week and brought his best game out today. So one more guard by Kerry, and then assuming that Jeff does peel it, which I think he would, it'll be a question of what Kerry wants to do in his last one.
There more.
Both teams with a decent amount of time left to finish this game, so
Is that heavy?
they don't have to worry about rushing.
Whoa, off.
Doesn't
Clean
want to be in the rings
Don't
here.
clean it.
So just a straight peel by Jeff. His options, he could draw, but you wouldn't see him doing that. He'd hate to give an opportunity for Kerry to make a freeze on his last one, and Kevin Park made the double peel and wants to maintain that open front and have 2 sides of the button to get to on his last one. He could run the red one across the top of the yellow one and try and get rid of all of them, but right now that yellow rock is shot of Jeff's, and Kerry's going to have to deal with it. Even if Kerry makes a perfect freeze on the last one, Jeff's only going to have to move that rock at the top of the forefoot an inch or 2. And Kerry's going to have to make a really good shot to do that. So Jeff's going to make it simple and say, Kerry, you go make a good shot on it. But for Key, just a good straight peeling for Jeff.
First stone for Stoughton. He is the hammer in a 6-6 tie.
So Kerry Burtnyk's going to use his second timeout, and they're going to talk about their options.
If we get to...
Timeout.
Yeah. If we get to... You know, in other words, if he hits this one onto this one, has to stick it, because we've got this.
Yeah.
But if we freeze, then he can blast and both go.
Right. Okay, well, we can just go right here.
Yeah, like ideally, if we could, that'd be good. Actually, you know, probably like almost just a little tucked. T-line, just a little tucked. And
if we
force
go
him to have
here,
to angle it and
he
stick
can
it.
blast and get them both, right?
If we go here, he can try. Yeah. If we could get right there, it'd be perfect.
What else?
I don't think there's anything. Why?
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I think I like this.
I don't like our odds with that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think we can go right about here.
Yeah, just right here.
So there's really a couple options. Do they play the draw, or do they hit and roll and lie 2? And they would expect that if they just play the hit and roll away, that with backing, the chances of Jeff missing the draw for the win are really, really low. They need to make this difficult on Jeff. So they don't want to freeze right down to the red one, because then it makes it much more simple for Jeff. If they can just put it on the tee line, partially buried, it's a much more difficult hit for Jeff. Jeff will have to decide between playing the tap on his own rock.
Here, it was pretty quick, eh?
The key here is they need to be shot stone first off and make Jeff throw. It's no matter what the shot is, it's never straightforward when there's a berth in the briar on the line and the chance to represent this province again. So job one is be shot. They must be shot rock.
Guard, hard line. Whoa, whoa, clean. Hard line. Whoa, whoa, easy.
Last stone in the 10th for Kerry Burtnyk, facing one. Is it going to get there?
No. You know, it was a great game, and both teams played so well. Jeff Stoughton got off to a great start, and they just maintained control of that game from start to finish. And it's a great champion, and you play this game again in about an hour, you might have the exact opposite result. And you know, I think they were the best team here this weekend. They played great. Kerry's team just a little bit short, but put on a great show. And to get back to the finals, a defending champion, that's quite a that's doing something. So congratulations to both teams and a great final today.
Jeff Stoughton steals one in the 10th to win 7-6, his 7th Manitoba championship. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll hear from both skips, and we'll also have the trophy presentations. We'll also have our game breaker, a pivotal point in this game, according to our expert analyst, John Meade. Either way, Manitoba has a great representative at the Brier, and Kerry can still get to the Olympic trials.
No question. So for our game breaker, it came early. It looked like it might be Jeff's last one, but he didn't have to throw it. And so when I look back in this game, the game breaker came early on in this game, and Jeff Stoughton making a nice freeze in the second end. Kerry Burtnyk's rock just slipping a little bit too far. Jeff coming in, making this freeze and putting it on a spot where Kerry could not get to it, and that was the steal that provided the separation in the game that Kerry could never quite overcome.
Our game breaker is brought to you by Manitoba Pork, a proud sponsor of Manitoba Curling. Jim Toth, take it away.
Well, thanks, Mike. And Jeff Stoughton joins me now. I guess when you win 7, I should call you Mr. Jeff Stoughton. How does this one feel?
It feels great. I mean, couldn't ask for better teammates. We had just a great run this weekend. We had lots of support from family and friends, and the place here was just rocking. It was a lot of fun playing in front of the fans here, and it couldn't be done without great shot making by my team here.
Two legends going at it today, and I think that's what fans wanted, and you gave them what they wanted. This was a battle for you guys.
It was. I mean, we got off to a pretty great start, going 3 up. It meant that we could play a little more conservative, and we knew Kerry had to go for it pretty good, so they were going to have to be perfect all the way, and we just were solid right through from first end to the 10th end, and you know, I'm probably glad I didn't have to throw that last one.
Such a close game, but you guys seemed in control the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, when you get off to a great start like that, you do feel like you're controlling the game. You know, put the heat on them, make them make the great shots, and we were fortunate enough to have enough points.
7, Jeff. How does it feel?
Well, hopefully lucky 7. We can bring that Brier back to Manitoba where it belongs.
Well, I'll get you your hardware for the province right away, and I'll hand it over to Canada Safeway's John Graham.
Well, thanks very much, and great job to all of the Shaw crew for bringing this tremendous game to all of Manitoba and across Canada, as well to the super job. I'm sure, Jeff, you would agree with the group here in Selkirk, the fans and the volunteers really did an outstanding job. I have a real pleasure now on behalf of Rose Neufeld, the president of the Manitoba Curling Association, and Larry Thal, our district manager for Safeway, to present the Safeway Championship trophy behind you. So maybe we'll get you to tuck around here. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so pleased to present the 2009 champions, our trophy. Congratulations, Jeff Stoughton team. All right.
So there you have it. The 2009 Safeway Championship is taken now by 7-time champ Jeff Stoughton. He wins it over Kerry Burtnyk, defending champ. There's a new guy going to the Brier this year, and it's Jeff Stoughton. On behalf of Mike Beauregard, John Meade, and myself, Jim Toth, we thank you for watching our entire week from the 2009 Safeway Championship and bid you a good night.
We are talking romance today on Shot